So how are you gonna get that down when test 1 2
Don't worry, folks. We'll be live in 5 minutes. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Done.
What colour's your mic?
Done. Blue.
Blue. Okay. Right, Jay.
Let's roll.
You ready to rock and roll?
I am indeedy.
Right. I'll turn the screen so you can see yourself.
Are we going yet?
We're live. You are officially live.
Live. Yeah, let's go.
Let me squeeze in there. Fat boy problems.
Don't worry, I know the feeling.
Right, Jay. We have gone and done it. We are now live. How does it feel, brother?
Just checking it out here, real quick. Go on the Garf. Ron fan. There you go.
Who?
I don't know.
Ron.
Yeah.
Ron Farn. Yeah, how does it feel, bud?
Yeah, it's good. Delighted
Yeah?
finally to get going on YouTube.
I know, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. Long
It's
overdue.
been a long time coming. And we're not even finished yet.
No.
That's a cool thing. We're nowhere near finished, so exciting times ahead, what? You look a bit shy,
I'm
bud.
not sure. I'm ready to get going.
Yeah?
Yeah, me shy. Not at all.
Right, what do you
Don't
want to
have it in
start on? Because, folks, unfortunately, we were supposed to have Pete Taylor on tonight, but something came up, so we couldn't make it, so we had to reschedule with him.
Mm-hmm. I was actually looking forward to it as well, but it'll be good when it happens.
Excuse me, I am absolutely sweating. But yeah, he was supposed to come up tonight. Something happened, so we still have to reschedule with him. So we just said, fuck it, we'll give the live a bash tonight and see how we get on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's still a lot to do. You can't really see behind the scenes here, but it's very messy. It's very messy. Cheers for that comment, GP Productions. Appreciate that, pal. But yeah, official day.
Yeah, good to go.
It feels a bit real now.
It's like a
doesn't
little
it?
mini lunch, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a mini launch. This isn't like the title says our first official live podcast, because I suppose it is in a way, but there's still a bit more work to be done. Like I said, we're not finished yet. Season 2 was the big launch, and it's when everything kind of changes. So, exciting times ahead.
I can't wait. I've been dying to get going. Seriously. The season 2 one for me, obviously, because we've a lot more plans in place as well, not just the podcast. So, like, we're getting going, but there's so many more places to go to. Do you know what I mean? That we haven't even touched on yet. So, it's only going to get bigger.
I think I need to stop telling people what we're doing.
Yeah, but
because
you're doing it out of, like, there's good intentions behind it. You're excited, you know what I mean? And you kind of want to, like, get people on board, but it'll happen naturally. Do you know what I mean? The content that will be created, it's gonna go down well. You know what I mean? It'll be perceived well, I think.
I don't know. I'm just a bit nervous that someone's gonna try rob our content. I don't think it's gonna be as good as our content, but rob the ideas because I'm after hearing a few things off people, and I don't know. It's put me off a little bit.
I know.
You know what I'm saying. Anyway,
I know what you're talking about.
Jay, so far, what do you make of the podcast?
Yeah, so I've been unofficially involved for 3 months now. So,
what do you mean unofficially?
Because when we had a chat, when we discussed things about coming onto the podcast, I was a part of the podcast, but didn't come on till a few episodes later.
Right.
So, but yeah, 3 months now, and it's been enjoyable. Obviously, like doing the MMA stuff previous. This is a different kind of, I don't know the word to use, but
I know
like
what you mean.
just speaking with people with different backgrounds, different stories and stuff. that's been the most enjoyable part of it for me. You know what I mean? The likes of Graham Fitzgerald and Martin Eastwood, Coach Alan Bourne, who's going to be on soon. Well, he'll be airing soon on Spotify.
Yeah, he'll be on tonight. It's going to be delayed a little bit, obviously, because of this episode. We didn't plan on going live. We planned on just recording with people. Unfortunately, it's led us to this. So, Coach Alan's podcast is delayed by a couple of hours. It'll probably be only live on Monday morning, to be honest with you. But look, you have this anyway to get you by until then. But
yeah, the point of all that is like I didn't think I'd be sitting down, listening to these type of stories. Do you know what I mean? Especially when I was doing the MMA one, like you kind of, when you're speaking to fighters, you kind of just get the generic PR answers and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas these conversations are raw, they're very candid. People are very transparent. A lot more transparent than I thought people would be. Especially opening up and hearing people's stories. It's been a real eye opener, I tell you.
Do you think that's down to how we kind of go about it though? Because I like to think we read people well, and we kind of, obviously with us opening up to them as well, it makes them more comfortable because we're focused for it. You know what I mean? We wear the heart in our sleeve, so it's a lot easy for people to open up when they have the comfort of obviously other people opening up as well. If we were kind of pure held back, I think they'd be more held back. So I think that's testament to what we're doing. Yeah,
well, I think we've heard it from 2 or 3 guests now that, well, since I've been on board, 2 or 3 guests now that have come in, automatically they've said the vibe that we kind of, well, when they come into the room and the energy we pour off, it relaxes them and it makes them more comfortable. Enya Martin said it, she was probably the most comfortable doing this podcast than any other podcast.
Yeah.
When you look at the people that she spoke to and stuff like that, so that to me, like
she's
you said,
been on some big podcasts.
Yeah, so it's a testament
Tommy Tiernan, she was on Tommy Tiernan, wasn't she?
Exactly. So that's a testament to how well we're doing and stuff. So I think sky's the limit as well. I think we're only going to grow further. The guests are going to have better relationships with us. We'll create more connections then, and I can't wait. Can't wait for it. How have you found it?
I just think it's mad how
so you look at yourself from day one starting this in your bedroom.
Well, see, the thing is, this is in the works years. This is in the works over 7 years, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Now, when I say in the works, I mean the idea came up about 7 years ago.
Before it was a thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, the name and all, and the old YouTube channel and all, everything is there. People who watch the vlogs would have known a little bit about it because I would have spoke about it in the vlogs. But the fact that, I don't know, I kind of got the balls again to start YouTube again. Obviously now this is my first rodeo since. But it's a little bit scary, I'm not going to lie. It's scary because
the relationship, you feel like you're going back into the unknown again,
Yeah, but I'm a lot more confident this time because I know who I am now. I don't need to prove myself to anybody. I don't need to. It's podcasting is just a conversation. Do you know what I mean? And the videos.
Yeah, I don't kind of looking at it as an interview or anything like that. Do you ever hear you interviewed such and such? No, we had a conversation. It's very different. It's structured differently. Obviously, we do our structure differently.
Yeah, but we only do our structure. So the way we do the podcast, folks, is we have about 30, 40 questions as a backup to the conversation. We like to
think of how many of them don't get asked.
Oh, so many.
Yeah.
So many. But they're handy to have there. So basically, if the conversation gets awkward or if we lose our footing in the conversation, we just refer back to the notes that we took, and that allows us to get the conversation moving again. And sometimes it allows the conversation to go places we didn't really, or we were unsure where it was going to go, and it benefits the whole situation, So, yeah, it's fucking, it started in the bedroom. I never, ever thought we'd be in the studio this quick and on YouTube this quick. I know we were on YouTube in the bedroom, but it's just not the same. This is a proper setup now. I mean, we're going to have multiple camera angles. We're only using this now because it's all we need, because it's just me and you. But when there's guests on, the camera will be switching bam, bam. I can't do it now because the controller's over there and we currently don't have an engineer, but we are looking for one. We're looking for an engineer, and you don't need experience. We're willing to train you up, It's pretty easy once you do it 2 or 3 times,
Yeah, there's also the flexibility that's required as well.
Yeah, so, I mean, me and you have kids, Jay, but ideally someone who doesn't have a kid, because we don't want to be ruining someone else's life.
Yeah, it's taking them away.
Taking them away because
know,
it's mainly on the weekends.
Yeah, we have our structure with our kids, so we know when to plan a podcast. Yeah, look, you don't. You can have kids and be a part of the podcast.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean? We're not saying like if you have a kid, we're not interested. Do you know what I mean? But as long as like you understand the flexibility that's required, like we're going to be doing a lot of content over the next few months. Again, some plans in place that we're going to do with some future guests. One that we're already putting in place now with Coach Allen. You know, so there's going to be a lot of things in place that the flexibility is going to be required. So
yeah, and like me and Jay have already worked it out that suits the two of us. So obviously the new person that comes in is going to have to work around that. We're not going to have to work around it together. I'm sure we can be a little bit flexible with their schedule as well, you know. But hopefully sooner rather than later someone can get involved, because we really do think it's going to go somewhere. So yeah, if you're interested, let us know. Hit the DMs. And I mean, we've already interviewed 2 people, was it?
Yeah.
2 people so far.
I know, because the second person that we interviewed was a really an interview. That's what I know. I know you'll have.
Yeah, so we've already interviewed 2 people, and we're not going to say anything on it. The interviews are still open. We don't want to just jump on the first person, because that can just go tits up, you know.
It also has to be a good chemistry as well. Like, you don't want someone who's sitting over there and who's kind of like quiet as a mouse and, you know, just wants to click buttons. We want to have the banter with them. They're going to be
involved in the podcast. Yeah. Like, they're not going to be necessarily on camera, but they will be on camera the odd time. Like, the camera will switch to them, but it's like they're more to kind of look up stuff. So we have a screen here behind this camera, and basically whatever we need to pull up, they're going to pull up. It's going to be like Jamie for Joe Rogan, basically. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That's what it's going to be.
I'm laughing, like, you don't want to say it, but like, it's basically the role.
Yeah, it is the role, and Jamie is kind of would he be creator of the role?
I don't know.
He probably would be, but
he's probably the most famous fucking non-appearing podcaster.
Has he ever been on camera? He has been on camera. Yeah. But he doesn't be that often, does he?
No, you just hear him in the background.
Yeah, what's happening, Barry? But yeah, no, I'm buzzing.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely buzzing.
Yeah.
So, Jay, I suppose we'll start on the whole Euros. Who have you got to win it?
I have Portugal.
Portugal?
Yeah.
They have a serious squad.
Yeah. It's Bruno Fernandes's world, man. We're just living in him. I told you this. Now,
well, hold on. Who's in goal? Lopez.
I have no fucking clue.
You haven't a clue. I think Lopez is in goal, right? So they're back 4.
So, if they have Lukaku, I think it's a Silva or something like that in goal. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know anybody called Lopez.
I thought it was Lopez.
I don't know.
Lukaku.
We're talking about Portugal here.
Yeah, you don't know any of their players, do you know?
What are you saying Lukaku for?
Lukaku plays in defence for Portugal. There's a player called Lukaku. Honest to God. You obviously don't know that team. Yeah, that is.
No, I just know about like the spine of the team is very fucking strong. That's the only reason I'm going with them.
Right, so Portugal.
Like Ruben Diaz. Well, I would have said Cancelo, but he's had to test positive for COVID.
Oh, did he? I didn't know that.
So Diogo Dalot got called up today. Ronaldo, Jota, Bruno. Who's the cunt off City?
Which one?
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
Ruben Neves. Like,
I have to say, Jota's a baller.
Yeah,
I'm scared for when he fully fit for Liverpool.
Yeah, I just hope he doesn't.
He's unbelievable. You know what? I think it's between Portugal and Germany.
Yeah. I thought you would have said France.
Nah, well, I think there's too much pressure on France. France on paper should win it. Yeah. They should win it.
But then again, you look at England's firepower, you think they should win it. You know what I mean? But then the defence is ropey as fuck.
Like, did you watch the England game today?
I did, and the first 15 minutes was the most exciting part of the game, and then it was shit afterwards. Like, their firepower is a joke. Jadon Sancho, Harry Kane, Marcus Rashford, Grealish, Sterling, Foden.
They have a serious front. They have a serious squad.
Yeah, but it's the back line, isn't it?
I think the back line is good, though.
But it's not. It's not great.
Maguire, he wasn't playing today, was he?
No, he wasn't in the squad.
Sancho wasn't in the squad, which is a weird one. That's hopefully signing for United.
That was the thing I seen it on Twitter today. He wasn't in the squad because he's due to
John O'Brady
announce a signing for Man United, but I doubt it. I doubt that's the reason. But it was weird that there was 2 goalkeepers on the bench and he wasn't. You know what I mean?
I guess you don't know, but what did you make of the fucking... I got a phone call yesterday. I won't say who. Saying, did you hear the news? I was like, no, Christian Eriksen is dead. I was like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He's dead? And they were like, yeah. I was like, no fucking way. Fucking got a hole in my throat, I did when I was told.
I seen the video on Twitter, man. I swear to God I got emotional. Like, it was...
You know, I think it's because he's such a good player, and obviously we've been watching him for so long in the Premier League that it's that much closer to home. Like, who was the other guy that collapsed?
Fabrice Muamba years ago.
Yeah. That was another big one, but it didn't have the same impact, I don't feel. And I think it's because we're closer to Eriksen, because obviously the amount of fucking games Ireland played against Denmark in the last while has been ridiculous.
But also that he's been doing a week in, week out for Tottenham, hadn't he?
That's what I'm saying. So because it's closer to home, it was just fuck me. And the way, like, obviously I was doing the Sugarloaf with the kids yesterday. We climbed the Sugarloaf mountain, and I got the phone call when I was on the way there. And when I heard he collapsed, like, I don't know, I didn't see the video beforehand, obviously, so I imagined that, like, he was kind of, I don't know, holding his chest or something and just fell. Something like that. Did you
see the video?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Because you can see him when his run's getting slower, and then he's like trying to calculate his steps, and then once that ball hits him in the knee and he tries to plant his foot, and then he just goes. It looked very scary. And I had to say, like, Kasper Schmeichel, and I'm not going to say the captain's name because I'll butcher it, but the two of them were absolutely excellent. Like,
was he swallowing his tongue, though?
I don't know. Like, a lot of tweets say he was, that your man gave him CPR and he stopped him from swallowing his tongue.
Because he did. You could see in the video slightly he had his hand in his mouth, because that's obviously one of the things that you check.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't think he was swallowing his tongue.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think your man did check, and obviously if he was pulling it, but I don't think he was. But
there's a lot of things. Like, I've seen a TikTok video of some bloke in a Scrubs outfit. You know what I mean? Like, breaking the whole thing down to a science about what happened to him.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Like, boy, like that's some bloke putting the Scrubs on in his gaff to make a TikTok video to explain it. Like, so I'm not taking their word for it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'll take the word for it when
it comes out.
Yeah, when the fucking Danish FA or something release a statement or whatever. But it was scary, and I have to say, look, I was on about Schmeichel and their captain, you know, going over to his missus and just reassuring her that it'll be alright.
I think it was a bad move continuing the game. I know it went on later on the evening.
Well, apparently he had a FaceTime with them and said, look,
play. Yeah, no, I know that, but still, like, you're not in the right frame of mind after saying that.
I wouldn't have been.
No, I wouldn't have been. 100% I wouldn't have been.
I genuinely got upset over it. It looked very fucking.
You would have tried to fucking. You would have tried to play for him, but it's still not the same.
Yeah,
you
still in the back of your mind.
Yeah,
that can happen still.
Exactly, and then you're thinking, fuck, if it happened to him, do you know what I mean? It can happen fucking anyone. But
yeah, perfectly fit human being. Do you know what I mean? That's just goes to show, you know, you can never take life for granted.
Yeah,
you know?
It's scary. I was watching. I seen a couple of interviews on BT then. The girl presenter said that she texted her mum and told her she loved her because, and she was getting all emotional. And that's what she was saying. You never know, you know.
Mm-hmm. I remember last year I had like a thing where I walked home, about 2:00 in the morning. I'd only had 2 drinks. I was watching the Masvidal fight. Masvidal was fighting Usman. It was the very first fight in Fight Island. And as I was walking home, I just my breath was gone and my heart felt like it was about to explode. And the same thing happened. The way he just collapsed, I collapsed on the middle of my road, and me next door neighbours were all out and stuff. And then I woke up like 14 hours later in Hospital. And I remember every single day for about 2 weeks I cried non-stop, just because of like things flash in front of your eyes. Like I remember was it dreaming, or did it actually happen, of like having a conversation with my nanny who's passed away? Do you know what I mean? And I was like, did that actually happen or something? Do you know what I mean? It was weird. And then like the thoughts of like my daughter and stuff, you know, like I almost like left her without a father or something, you know. So like when that happened, I couldn't get over it. It was traumatic. Like then to see that to like happen to a perfectly fit and healthy athlete, you know what I mean? It was it's fucking scary. It is. It's a mad world, man.
Yeah,
you just never know.
But yeah, I'm still smoking. It's finished tomorrow,
a
yeah?
bottle of water, mate. What are you talking about?
It's finished tomorrow. Are you off them tomorrow?
I've one cigarette left.
Right, and you're not buying any more?
No, we've a 12-week thing tomorrow, so.
Do you feel like you're, like, I wanted to ask you this, but obviously I said I'd save it for the podcast, so do you
Be careful now, because the last time you stung me on a podcast.
Oh, no. Do you feel like it's going to be harder for you because you're doing that as well?
Yeah, so I feel like I'm going to be giving up everything, where like I kind of wanted to do it in stages, like in terms of like eating clean, trying to lose weight, fucking getting back exercising, and giving up smokes. And also like when one thing's tougher, you kind of go to the other as a little like...
Take that bottle out of the shop, will you? The thing is bent like a fucking... It just looks ridiculous.
But you get me point, like, like to give up a lot of things at once, that's the difficult part. It
tends to never work when you do it like that.
You know what I mean? So like I'm trying to think like what way should I do it, because I do want to give them up. I gave them up before.
Jay, so when I met Jay, I think you were on the vape, and then I think you quit for like 3 or 4 weeks.
6 weeks, yeah. I gave the vape up.
Yeah,
and
like,
then I had a bad week in work, and everyone in the job smoked. So I remember just like I was walking past the shop, and one of the lads was standing there smoking, and just smoke blew in my face, and I was like, bastard. I was like,
I don't understand that feeling. I fucking hate it. Like, so.
Oh, you won't even kiss a girl if she smokes.
No, I won't. Honest to God. Jennifer Lopez, love me life. She came over to me with a smoke in her mouth. She'd be getting
Johnny
a slap.
Yeah, no,
I just can't do it. But look, Jay, I want to help you as much as I can, and obviously vice versa. I know you will, because so basically the episode that's dropping tonight/tomorrow, we had a mind coach and a fitness coach come on. So obviously I've been dabbling in and out of weight loss the last few months, but I've been struggling the last few weeks, and I'm getting to a stage now where I fucking hate looking at myself, and everything else is going so well for me, like the podcast, my job, and my relationship with the kids. You know, I'm starting to feel good again, and the only thing kind of holding me back now is my weight. So I think the best time to do it is now. But like that, I know a lot of people listening to this, and look, me as well, are gonna say like, "Oh, here we go again."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm the same.
All we can do is try. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna try my hardest and see what I can do. I'm getting a new bike as well tomorrow, so I'm fucking buzzing for that.
He hasn't sure up about it.
It's fucking cycling bike, like. But yeah, no, I think we'll do well because there's 2 of us in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I won't let you slip. If I see you eating something, I'll say, "What the fuck are you doing?" Do you know what I mean?
I'm fucking eating it, end of story.
Maybe so, but I'll make your life hard about it. Do you know what I mean?
I won't, because, and you know what? There's no point in fucking lying about it. There's no point in like having a conversation and be like, "Were you clean today? Did you eat clean?" Yeah, grand, yeah, everything clean. When you had a fucking Big Mac,
yeah,
you're only like,
lying to yourself.
Exactly. So
it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing to admit it though. If you did have a Big Mac,
yeah, but like at the same time, like we're doing a 12-week challenge, yeah. I'm almost saying there's going to be like a treat day, or we're going to slip up at one point. Do you know what I mean?
Look.
So I'll be honest about it. Like that.
I know
what's going to happen.
I know what way I need to do in order for it to be sustainable. I know that I need to eat fuck all calories and then eat something that I enjoy. Do you know what I mean?
I'm brutal with calories and macros and.
I'll actually give you. I'll give you the app that I have, MyFitnessPal. Basically, so you scan.
I've had that for years, and I know you scan the barcode.
Yeah, so hey, that's how to keep track of your calories, man. I
know. But all the proteins as well, like, I'm just shit.
Yeah, the protein and all, I don't really understand that side of it. I don't. All I know
like,
how
best
to do.
Mate's a PT, and like he talks to me and he tries to explain it to me, and I'm like, yeah, got it, and then over the head.
Oh, stop! Alan's gonna be hard work on us, so we have to fucking get our shit together. Is he? Are we organising a call with him tomorrow? Are we?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's the plan.
Figure out exercise and shit like that. Are you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous. No, because I'm
I'm bollocks even thinking about it.
I got tired walking up that stairs a few minutes ago. No, I'm not nervous at all. I'm actually looking forward to it, because I'm fucking ready to get going, basically. I hate being a fat cunt.
You need to be ready, though. You need to be in the right headspace.
I know.
I'm going home and I'm going to have a big dirty curry, a big lamps, just for the last supper. Last supper, yeah. I'm going to ask my ma if she wants some. If she doesn't, the rest of us getting fucked out because I can't eat it tomorrow, can I?
Send it off to me, I'll eat.
Are you not going to get food tonight?
I haven't fucking eaten today, so yeah, I'm bleeding starving. I'd eat a fucking horse right now. No, well, I'll probably have a treat myself, and then like enjoy it, like properly enjoy it, knowing it's the last one for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll do that.
Well, it doesn't have to be the last one in a while. Like, you can eat treats on the
No,
weekend.
I know, but you know what? Because I remember before I went on a diet.
I hate talking about fucking food and diets and all. I'm the
know.
Like, who's gonna listen to me talk about fucking food? You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah. No, I'm saying that's the perception. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I was like, what the fuck are you doing that for?
No, but I've ate clean as well for a long periods of time, and I remember I went for my cheat meal in Nando's, and I love Nando's.
Oh, and I haven't had Nando's.
This particular Nando's,
I don't know how long.
Just tasted awful. I was like, get that away from me. I was like, I won't have a cheat meal again. Right. And I lost loads of fucking weight, and then the second I got to the point where I was like, great, start eating shit again.
Yeah, it's a cunt, isn't it?
Brutal.
Well, I think once you start eating shit again, it's like, fuck, I'm at that fucking it up, and then you go. But you need to be at a stage where it's right. I'm at that eating shit, but look, I can get
back on it.
Let's not undo it, you know what I mean? Like, I can't even remember, but I'm done talking about it because I know everyone's sick of listening to us about it. But come here, there's something else people are going to be sick of listening.
I know.
Did you see who else was fighting? So obviously the UFC was on last night. Did you see who else was fighting yesterday?
Yeah. I watched it as well. I watched every fight.
Who?
Anison Gibb.
No, I wasn't talking about that one. Oh, you actually forgot that was yesterday.
Yeah, he fought last.
Did he win?
Got robbed.
He won, did he?
Beat the fuck out of your man all 5 rounds, and he gave it a majority draw. And the scorecards he announced don't even add up to a draw.
Right.
Even Michael Buffer, who do anything for money these days, I don't know why.
Yeah.
He was doing the fucking let's get ready to whatever. Do you know what I mean? But even he tweeted, he's like, I don't know how that happened. Like, what the fuck? So yeah. And then Deji fought.
Deji fought again. I didn't see this. I actually didn't know that all day.
That's how you're talking about, because obviously we people are sick of talking about this. I thought you were on about the YouTube thing.
Yeah,
YouTube boxing.
And how did Deji do? He was fighting a TikToker or something, was he?
Yeah, well, it was YouTube versus TikTok.
Right, and
I can't believe I watched it, because I
would have watched it if I knew.
I watched it. It's all on YouTube. I watched it this morning.
It's entertaining. As much as it's shy, it's entertaining. That's why I watched it.
Here's the thing.
They can't fight for shit out of them, I know.
Deji was the only YouTuber to lose.
He lost, did he?
Yeah, well, he was doing well. Like, he was cracking you, man.
Right.
With some nice left hands.
He's just a numpty, isn't he?
But he obviously like got fatigued, and then your man just started battering him, and the ref called it. But now, to be fair to him, the poor cunt, he put out a tweet saying he's like, I'm sorry I lost, I'm a failure, and all. I was like, that's a bit fucking hard.
No, you know what? I'm actually sick of listening to that shit from him. He goes on these buzzers all the time, and it's like, mate, will you just stop? Right, you lost.
I know.
Brush yourself off.
I know, but he's probably just a deep thinker.
Maybe.
As much as it looks laughable and stuff, he probably
is
just a deep thinker. I wouldn't
say it's laughable. I just think it's fucking.
No, because it is laughable to people.
Well, to
not
some
particularly
people.
myself. Do you know what I mean? But you know, it's laughable.
So who else? Who else was fighting?
I don't know the others, but it was a whole YouTube versus TikTok card.
Right, I don't know. So I just seen highlights. I remember that was on, and obviously now that you're saying, I'm like, oh yeah, but
yeah, poor Gibb.
Aaron Carter.
Oh yeah,
Lamar Odom is what I was talking about. Was that in the same event?
No,
that was a different event. So there was 3 different events last night.
Yeah, that was a shit show.
What a stupid time to have it then. Like,
hilarious.
What a stupid time to have it. I think
that was the night before, because I watched that yesterday.
Oh, I don't know then. I'm all over the place with that shit now, but my fucking Christ almighty. Talk about Dave.
What are you doing going in and fighting a bloke that bleeding hide for anyway?
He's a head case.
He's a fucking dipso.
Did you watch him on Logan Paul's podcast?
No.
Fuck, watch it, Jay. Go back and watch it.
I've seen him on
the
Adam
cunt
22's
looks
podcast.
Out of his face 24/7. He talks absolute pony.
I watched him on No Jumper, on the No Jumper podcast, and yeah, same thing. He's not with it. You know what I mean? He's like, he lives a delusional lifestyle.
Yeah, 100%. Poor fucker.
And you know, I'm not gonna lie, I was delighted he got the head fucking thumped off.
Yeah, well, so was I. I like Lamar Odom, but he was shite as well.
Yeah, I know, but like,
suppose you have to be shite against shite, don't you? Like, you can't.
You're only as good as the fucking level of opponent you're fighting. Do you know what I mean? And that was a shit show.
Was, I agree.
It's mad that you said that because I completely forgot about that one. I genuinely thought you were going to be on about Gabe or something.
Yeah, no, obviously I forgot.
You looked a lot. No, obviously the level of. Oh God, I hate I'm saying this, but the level of opponent between your man to fucking Jake Paul, right? You know I despise Jake Paul, but like Gabe looked
No way, do you?
Yeah, wouldn't you believe?
Why?
But we won't get into it, and this one will be here all night. He looked good. Like he didn't stop throwing punches. It was 5 2-minute rounds, but he just for 10 minutes straight he just
very sloppy though, Gabe. From what I remember, I
watched you watch him on this
week.
one, you'll see that he was alright. He caught him
He's
with a
improved.
lovely body shot, left hook, hurt him. Step back, came in with a jab, and then a right hand as well. Like he looked a bit more cleaner, you know? Whereas the shit show that he put on against Jake Paul, where he just kept crouching all the time, pretty bad.
Who do you think wins now? After seeing people fight again,
I'm not gonna answer because I don't care. I don't want to hurt your feelings for asking the question. I don't give a fuck.
You know what you're saying? You don't give a fuck now, and you're gonna be sitting here talking about one of them in a few weeks.
I won't.
You will, 100%.
Oh,
you
what?
will.
Because we're gonna have to talk.
So
about
you're not
Logan
gonna
Paul?
talk about Jake, are you not?
Jake and Woodley.
Are you not gonna talk about that?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to, but I don't want to.
Why?
I don't like him. Like he has such a punchable face.
Well, look, you're a YouTuber now, so sign the dotted line. Jake Paul will punch you around, 100%.
Whatever.
Oh, stop. Anything else you wanted to touch on, Jake? Like I'm trying to think. Like this episode is just.
Well, we said we were going to do like
test.
a bit of a reflection episode, weren't we?
Yeah, right. So let's start from the start then. Who was your first guest?
My first guest was Callum Roach.
Callum Roach, right?
Yeah.
Callum Roach was your first, and it was in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
So what was it like coming in? Obviously, your first episode.
It's like I said to you, it was very different to the MMA stuff. So like I was kind of getting a new feel to it. Listen to Callum's story. I didn't have any research on Callum because I knew nothing about him. Like I said, this was like a last minute thing. You might have jumped in on that one. I remember because someone stepped out for an episode, so you kind of like gave me a call last minute to jump in.
Who's someone? You can use that name, like.
I wasn't saying it to like be subliminally like not talking about them. I'm not talking about them in a bad way. Gav and Dean couldn't do the show,
right?
So you
actually
called me.
Let's touch on that now. So we'll
open up a can of worms.
No, not at all. So look, Dean was obviously involved first. So Dean is a friend of mine, lifelong friend, know him since I'm a nipper. I was speaking to him about doing the podcast, and being honest, he definitely has a part to play in the podcast, even being a podcast, because he was the person I went to with the ideas, and he was saying, Jay, just do it, you know. Now, there was a few people saying it, but Dean was one of the first people to say it to me, and he kind of encouraged me to do it. So I wanted, like, Dean is well clued in with what happened to me and the whole YouTube thing. So he was a bit taken back when I asked him to get involved. Understandably. Do you know what I mean? He wasn't too pushed on it. He didn't really want to get involved. But he did. Because he was me mate. And he wanted to support me. And he did. So Dean is still involved. He's 2 kids. He's a mortgage. He's a girlfriend. Do you know what I mean? The chap is busy. He comes down when he can. Or when he wants to see Enya. And and I'm only messing. But he does.
Not really.
He comes down when he can. And that's all I can really ask of him. Like, I asked him to be on the podcast. And then, basically, I think we started a WhatsApp group then, a Didyahearshow WhatsApp group, and Gav was added in. And Gav, I thought his banter was really good, you know. We had a good laugh at him and stuff. And then he came on the show, and we had a good few episodes. The dad jokes, everything else, it was, we were getting on well, like.
As well, wasn't it? Like,
yeah,
I listened to them.
But then obviously we moved down to the studio. So, I mean, we're moving down to the studio. Obviously, there's a lot more stuff we need to do. We need to be more prepared. Shit was getting more serious. And Gav just didn't have the time. He kind of lost the love for the podcast. He said the fun was gone out of it.
But that's to no fault of his own as well. You know what I mean?
No, it's not, because he didn't, like, the thing is, I asked Gav, Gav was kind of interested in getting involved, so I said, look, we'll give you a bash and see how you get on.
Yeah.
So it was only really a trial that just, he kept on coming down type thing, you know? Like, I still want to get a female involved.
Mm-hmm.
So Gav was kind of to step in for the female until the female came, but he just ended up keep on coming down and giving me a dig out. So, I mean, there's no love lost with Gav at all. He just, obviously, he didn't expect that there was a bit of work involved in the podcast. He thought that was just come down, have a conversation. He was great at sharing the episodes. He was great at throwing the stickers around everywhere and all that stuff. He was good for all that. But when it came to kind of taking notes, he didn't really understand. And like I said, he just, I was asking more of him than I initially was asking.
Yeah.
And he just said he wasn't really up for that. You know, we lost the love of it. He just wanted to come down, have a conversation, which is fair enough. But obviously, we're looking to take it to the next level. And that's that. Yeah, he just stepped out.
The thing with that was,
I was raging that you didn't get to do an episode with him because that could have changed everything.
This is the problem with it, right? So when I came in over that Callum episode, Gav was still involved. Yeah, Gav was still involved. I knew he was busy just from what you would tell me. I had a brief, few conversations with him in the group chat, and then the next episode came and Gav wasn't there and I was there, and then the next episode came and Gav wasn't there and I was there. So a part of me was kind of feeling bad. I had this conversation with you, and then Dean wasn't there for a couple of them as well, and I was kind of being like, right, do it
Is this your fault?
No, I was just putting people's nose out of joint. You know what I mean? And at the same time, I was like, well, I can't care for others. This is what I want to do, so I'm just going to focus on it. But in the back of my mind, I was like, are they kind of just getting, are they not interested now? Did he feel like they're being replaced or something like that? Which
wasn't the case.
No, and I didn't want to be a replacement to anybody.
Yeah.
I just wanted to come in and be like a different part to the podcast, to the show. But yeah, I seen how it went down in the group chat and the conversations that we had, and then he left. And that's the thing, so I listened to a couple of the podcasts with Gav. I would have liked to have done a show with him just to kind of see how the chemistry would have been between myself and himself.
Yeah,
actually, I do think me and, just from listening to the show, I think me and Gav would actually get along pretty well.
I think you would have as well. Don't get me wrong. Me and Dean's kind of banter levels, a couple of times I think I made Gav feel uncomfortable on the podcast, and it wasn't my intention. For example, we were talking about bleeding brand deals, and he said, obviously we're talking about fucking small brand deals and fucking, I don't know, bleeding. I can't even come up with something now because the pressure's on me. But basically, he used Coca-Cola. We were talking about small influencers.
Yeah.
So let's say a bleeding tan or something like that. But he said, yeah, someone like Coca-Cola or something. And I laughed. Now, I wasn't laughing at his... I was laughing.
Did you think that was just him being humorous or something?
No, I thought it was him being serious, and that's what I kind of found funny. Right. Which is just, I don't even saying that sounds fucking wrong. I sound like an asshole. I knew he was serious, but I laughed because I thought it was a bad example. And it's not like slagging laugh. It's like mate laugh. You know what I mean? Why the fuck do you? That's a bad example. I thought it was a bad example, but then it turned out that fucking not long after that, Tyg Fleming and his dad
a coke deal.
done a coke ad. So Gav was right in that sense, But now, look, some of the things that Gav talked about and that he kind of found funny, I didn't find funny, or vice versa. There was sometimes I was messing, he thought I was serious, and there's some stories he said that I didn't fully understand. So the chemistry could have been better, I suppose. It wasn't perfect. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's why I wanted him to stay while you were here, because me and Dean could have had better chemistry, and you and Gav could have had better chemistry, and it could have went anywhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But look, that's all said and done. There's no hard feelings. We wish Gav well, and I think he's a sound lad. That's why I got him involved. I thought it's a shame. It's a shame that he's not continuing on sharing the stuff and all, because he was good at that stuff. The
point of
and he started a new job as well, by the way, so that limited him as well.
Yeah, it did. The point of it all, though, was that's how I ended up jumping in on the Callum one. And that was what was different for me, because I didn't know anything about Callum. I got to learn about it on the fly as it was happening, as the recording was happening. and then I jump in here and there with some questions. But it gradually got better then, because getting to like, right, you give me the heads up on who's in next week. Right, I'll dig into their social media. I'll do a bit of research, and that way it snowballed then. Do you know what I mean? And it just started flowing naturally then. So,
but let's talk about obviously the Callum one briefly. So you were kind of rushed into that because
it was on like 2 hours notice.
Yeah, so Gavin Dean text very late on. So we actually done the Callum interview
with Gavin Dean.
With Gavin Dean initially, but the laptop went dead and we lost the whole interview. The charger wasn't put back in properly, whether it was me or Dean, I don't know. But we said, look, we'll record it again another day. So obviously Callum met Dean and Gav, and then the next day they said they couldn't make it, and Callum came all the way down from Eden Derry. I thought it was a little bit disrespectful. And obviously Callum said it himself. He said, like, I'm a bit disappointed that the lads weren't here. Like, we got on well, I thought.
And he said that he's had a good conversation the first
time. We did. So. We had a really good conversation. And I'll be honest with you, and I'll be honest with Callum, because I'm sure he'll probably listen back to this. The second conversation wasn't... It was like I was listening to all the stuff again, so I wasn't as into it as the first time. And that's unfair on him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And obviously, look, the lads have kids, they have responsibilities, but 2 hours just isn't good enough. And that's where I didn't want to come across like I'm someone's boss, because that's not the case. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like I'm your boss?
No. I see it different though. Like, I treat you in a way where, like, I know this is yours. You don't give me that boss vibe or impression. Do you know what I mean? That I need to treat you as a boss.
Yeah.
But I understand me place. Like, so I'm a co-host, but I know if I need to kind of get some sort of approval, I'll have a conversation with you. You know what I mean?
Because but you're confident in that, like, as in like, do you feel as important as me in this podcast?
Yeah, because I know what I bring to it.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the same way you would if it's a, like,
I don't look down on you or Dean or anyone. I always say our podcast, because that's what it is. This podcast wouldn't be where it is now, and I honestly believe that without you and Dean, or without Gav even. Do you know what I mean?
Everybody has a part to play in
exactly. And I don't like. Look, yes, I've started it. Yes, it's my money invested in all this stuff. But
I just got to big myself up here for a little bit. You know what I mean?
But no, like,
you fucking hurt me ears there with that.
I just want you all to feel equal. I don't want to feel like I have anything over anyone. Do you know what I mean?
Equal.
And pay is equal. Yeah. 10%. I'm joking. So yeah, that was the Callum, and that's how you kind of got involved. And who was next then? Who was the next episode?
Graham.
Right, so Graham was a big one.
That was a huge one.
And the funny thing is, when I put Graham's name into the group first, I think the lads were saying, like, I don't know about that one, you know. And even him himself, he was like,
he was unsure.
Oh, Jay, I don't have a story. I was like, what are you fucking talking about?
Couldn't be further from the truth.
You're fucking working in a job that everyone is interested in. Like, I want to get a fireman on. I want to get fucking an ambulance man. No, they're nearly similar. But do you know what I mean? A guard. Yeah. I want to get all different. Like, people are interested in them jobs.
Different walks of life.
Like,
different
Gav himself,
career modes.
He fucking makes gravestones. Do you know what I mean? What a job, like. It's fucked up. And people, I'm sure, are interested. Dean's ginger, who cares? How's it going, Dermot? Listening all the way from the US. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, I want to get people from all forms of life coming on.
Yeah.
And I knew Graham would be a good guest, because obviously I played football with him years ago. I thought he was sound. He was always a bit hot-headed.
He had a bit of a moment, didn't he? Kind of like similar with the Christian Eriksen thing, didn't he, on a football pitch?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, so his heart fucking stopped from all the tablets he was taking, and he died for a few seconds, I think, and he was brought back to life. Yeah, I actually forgot all about that.
Scary.
It is scary, but his story is incredible.
It was brilliant. It was.
He's a second. He's a second highest listened to podcast.
Yeah, Enya's closing in on him though.
Yeah, Enya's growing fast.
Yeah,
Martin's doing well too, but Graham, like, for not having a name, for not being big on social media. He's not the public eye,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but a lot of people related to that story. We got some serious feedback, and even him himself felt he was surprised by
it. I think, like, when he came into the room, he looked a bit on edge. And then I think we had the first 15 minutes or something was football chat. And then he kind of just came out of his shell. And then everything just started flowing. And he started opening up. And like you said, you know, he's telling you that, I don't know, I don't really have a story. He did have a story, and it was mind-blowing. And I urge people to go back and listen to it on the Spotify. It was brilliant. I couldn't imagine like living a lifestyle that he lives with the way his mind thinks, how he feels about himself and his body and stuff like that.
He's a handsome bastard.
He is, and he's a good looking bloke, and he's lean, he's in shape, but he struggles with body dysmorphia. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
You know, like, and I've never heard of a man having that before. No, I was only saying this the other day. Remember when like you were younger and say like you're chatting about board or something like that, or whatever, and you're like, oh yeah, you have a nice body or whatever. She's like, oh no, stop him, real fam. Like, shut up. Looking for fucking attention. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's they probably weren't.
Do you
know what I mean? But they weren't, obviously.
Like, girls are known to be kind of more like that than fellas are, you know?
Yeah, of course.
We're like that now.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I mean. Like, I always, like, when I was younger, when I was a teenager, I always thought that was women just kind of looking for attention.
Yeah.
But
now you understand.
Sometimes like that. No, I understood it a few years ago. You know what I mean? The older I got and more I matured, I understood it. But then when seeing it from the male perspective, that's kind of what surprised me, because I'd never heard of a man have that before. And again, like, he's in shape. You know what I mean?
Ripped to bits.
And the chap won't look at himself in the mirror.
Handsome bastard as well. We are getting fucking comments. Is he single?
Is he single? Yeah.
But yeah, that was a quality episode.
It was a great episode.
And then who was after that one?
I'm going to say it was Martin Eastwood.
Let me double check, because I have them all. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
The fucking cheeky. Alan McGarry.
Oh, sorry, Alan.
He kind of went under the mat a little bit.
That was a funny episode.
I actually really enjoyed that episode.
So did I.
And I really like Alan, and I really hope he does well. I don't know how I was drawn into him, but I don't know. I just have a lot of time for him.
Yeah.
You know what? I think it's his balls. He's very ballsy. No, but to be able to fucking go out around Ballyfermot.
No, the way,
in an age that he was, like, he's not just starting that weird things out that easing up. Like, he was doing that before gay pride, before all these gay rights came in. He was rocking the makeup, not a bother to him, wearing bleeding leather trousers and all. Do you know what I mean?
Came up with a fresh pair of kicks, didn't he? Do you remember them?
Dior Air Force Ones, yeah.
No, he was a very good guest, and he was, again, like, completely open and honest about things, and you know, and he was funny as well. He talked about his sex life and all, like, and
you had to.
But he was a great guest.
He obviously gave me a few lessons as well, and I had a conversation with my brother after, helped me understand a few bits and bobs that I didn't before. Like, being born gay, I thought, right.
Yeah, so you were convinced that it was a choice, weren't you?
No. I always said you can be born gay, but I think you can be gay by choice as well.
Okay, right.
You know?
Yeah.
People will still disagree with that.
So what conversation did you have with your brother afterwards?
Just understanding it more, and more on that topic as well. Like, did he think, because the lads were giving me stick in the group after listening to us saying, Jay, no one is gay by choice, and I'm like, I disagree. Like, I think some men like dick as well, and that's just the end of it. You know what I mean?
I know a lot of straight men who bat for the other team. Do you know what I mean?
Name one.
No.
Waffler knows a lot. Yeah.
No, I don't know a lot. I know a few, but like at the same time, like. Yeah, so like I see your point that you're making. Yeah. But again, I don't know. It's too taboo of a subject for me to even try and question around. You know what I mean? What when did you know your brother was gay? Like, was your brother a feminine person or?
Yeah.
Right. So did you kind of?
I played Barbies with him when we were younger, and so I didn't think he was gay or not. Like, believe it or not, I actually kissed a boy before him. My first kiss, I think, was a boy. Some fella that used to live across the road me brought me down to the nun's gaff. And I don't give, people are going to slate me for this. I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
To the nun's gaff.
To the nun's gaff on me road in Outfield. And he fucking brought me behind the bushes and gave me a kiss. And I was roaring, crying after, thinking I'd done something wrong. This fella was a lot older than me and all. I fucking shit myself.
How old are we talking here?
Jeez, probably about 6 or something. It was only a nipper, like.
Right.
But I got serious dick over it, you know. Every time
serious dick or serious stick? What did you
No, but I remember coming home and every time, like, I used to slag in, calling him gay or whatever, he'd say, you kissed the boy first or whatever, do you know what I mean?
Right, so, like, did you know he was gay before it was out?
No.
So
we always played with it. Like, I obviously knew he was feminine, possibility he was gay.
Right, so when he came out, what was your reaction?
Yeah, supportive. Now he always says this. He has this story when, look, it's a joke, or there was a heat of the moment argument where he says, "No, you were the prick. We're all pricks," he says, but we weren't. I was very supportive of Ian. I know I was. Maybe didn't show it as much as when I was a kid, or how he wanted to be shown, because I think that's a big thing. The expectations, how people want and how they get it, is two completely different things, you know. But no, I'd like to say I was supportive. But I remember one day, I think my sister came in and said, "Oh, Ian, you're godfather to Logan or something." And I said, "He can't be godfather, he's bleeding gay." And he always says that to me. But it was a fucking joke, you know what I mean? And obviously, even now, I hold my hands up when we have fights and stuff. I'd still call him gay in a malicious way. But I don't, like, it's heat of the moment. Do you know what I mean? I shouldn't be doing it. And look, we had a fight recently where it fucking broke my heart.
Right, so, like, without going into them details, right? Because I know the story, and like some things are best left unsaid. But you've just said that you called your brother gay in a malicious way when you're having an argument, let's say.
Yeah.
But you class yourself as not homophobic, right?
100%,
right.
Yeah.
That's, I think we had this conversation, was it with Fabil? No, it was with Ed did it. That's going to be coming out soon as well on Spotify.
Plug.
Yeah. But, because we were talking about race in that aspect.
Yeah.
So what way do you, like, explain it to me then? Like, you're making homophobic suggestions, right?
Yeah.
But you're not homophobic.
You're really putting me in a here, aren't you?
No, but I'm like, no, because I'm not joking.
I'm only I am fucking an open book. I don't give a fuck. I say things I don't mean. I say things when I'm angry.
Yeah.
It's like him calling me a fat cunt now, and it hurts me feelings. I call him gay because I know it offends him. And that in that moment, I want to offend him. He's me brother. We have fucking fights.
Yeah.
Like, not too long ago, we had a fight, and I was crying after I said it because I felt horrible. I said,
I remember you telling me.
I shouldn't have said that. And I apologised to him. I'm cool now. We're Gucci, you know. But I shouldn't have said it. And I'm still learning. And being honest, I don't think I'll ever lose that. I think it'll always come back up. You know, you're gay.
It's not a good thing.
I know it's not a good thing,
banter,
but
do you know what I mean?
Look, it's not it's hard to explain. It's like,
I know where you lie with it all. Don't worry. Like, I know you're not homophobic.
I'm not.
I know that. But that's
if
just
someone's
what
sucking dick in front of me, fair play to you, bud.
Do you ever catch that, brother?
No, but funny story. I shared a room with me brother nearly my whole life while everyone was living in the gaff.
Right.
And the amount of boards I smashed up while he was in the bed beside me was unbelievable. You know, like,
in the bed beside you?
No, in a different bed. So his bed is over here, my bed's here. But because we were sharing a room, I had no fucking choice, you know what I mean? I wasn't not getting me dick wet just because he's over there. He's gay. If he wasn't gay, I probably would have been more hesitant. Do you know what I mean? But because he was gay and he didn't really like pussy,
you knew he was cool, right?
Yeah, I was just smashing them up anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? I don't think, outside of relationships, I don't think I've ever brought a woman back to my house while there was family there.
What's this?
I don't know.
I know. Sorry, Jay. My mate Kenny's just posting some comments there. He's always playing rocker. But
yeah,
sorry,
I don't think, outside of relationships, I don't think I've ever brought a woman back to my house while someone's been in my house.
Oh, really?
Like with my mum and my sister around.
See, I didn't give a fuck. If my dick was getting wet, I was...
Oh, don't get me wrong, I've had many frustrating nights, alright, but like...
What, like... See, you probably respect your man in a way.
Should I not?
I just didn't give a fuck.
Do you know what? It was never even about me, man.
Like, I know, but like, I'm saying that in a way, like, I'm bringing different boards up to the gaff. I was in relationships.
No, I know. Yeah, you're in a relationship for fucking how many years? 14,
nearly my whole fucking life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Even before my last relationship, I was in 2 long relationships before them. Yeah. Like 2 or 3 years. Obviously, as when you're younger, that's long. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
no, I know what you're saying. Like, I just never done it, and it wasn't about me man. It was more so my sister.
What about?
Like, I didn't want my sister like hearing fucking. Now, in saying that,
you can hear her now.
No, fuck's sake, man. No, but I don't. Jesus Christ, I'll kill that fella. I will. No, I'm joking. But
stop. I don't even know what age she is. Probably too young.
You're not gonna know.
Yeah,
age
no,
anyway.
don't say that. Yeah.
You have to throw me out now, you prick. No, so
I hope your mad as well.
she's going to as well. Like my man's like very fucking supportive, and like if it's got to this point, tune out.
Actually, no. While we're here, I don't want to interrupt you, but while we're here, I want to touch on that if it's okay.
What?
Yeah, ma. Not about that thing in my kitchen or that. About remember you were telling me your ma sent you a text message.
Yeah.
Yeah, so can we talk about that? Do you mind talking about that?
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
I didn't plan on it, but yeah.
Yeah, no, why did I? Just that you said it. So, basically, Jay said on one of the podcasts that he wasn't really that close to his mother or whatever. And she listened to the podcast and obviously took her back a little bit. But it then led to her sending you a message that said, look, I love you and I support everything you're doing and I back you 100%.
She was proud, yeah.
And you never heard them type of comments from her before.
I've heard them, but they were very, very far apart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you go years without hearing it.
Yeah.
You know?
But did it feel different this time?
It felt weird.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I wasn't used to it.
Mm.
But I was very appreciative, obviously.
But see, things like that, like, make all this worthwhile for me.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. Like, so my ma's real. My ma does support the stuff I do. Like, when I went to college for journalism and stuff, and then I started writing for websites, and my ma's like, right, yeah, that's great, and like the stuff you're doing, she doesn't understand the stuff I'm writing about MMA or something. She's not knowledgeable on the sport, but she reads and she's like, well, it reads well. Do you know what I mean? She doesn't have a fucking clue what I'm talking about, jiu-jitsu or anything like that. Yeah. But so she's like, you're very good at it. So like, she's always kind of backed me in that sense, and she's like, she always kind of just wants me to keep pushing and pushing to get that career in it. You know what I mean? So she's always like, when are you gonna start making money from it? Because you should. You know what I mean? And you know, so she's always been like that. She's always been on my case about it, like about pushing.
But that's
for the
a mother.
career.
She needs a whole job to do that.
So
well,
I've also tried to explain to her, you know, sometimes these things take time, and especially in journalism, it's really hard to get fucking paid. You know, starting off, you know, freelance, and you know, there's no money there, and you're like fucking voluntarily writing for websites, and you're improving their websites, but you're getting nothing in return and stuff. Now, I'm saying that I've got some great experiences out of it, but she's always backed me in that sense, you know. But I've always tried to explain to her, it's I'm in it for the long game. You know, it's not going to happen overnight. Yeah. You know, these things take time. But she understands that. Like, we had a conversation the other day about this podcast, and she was talking about money and like about how like to get there or whatever, and explained the whole scenario to her, and that's then that night was when she, you know, she sent me the message and stuff. So it was good. Yeah, I appreciated it a lot. You know, the feeling's mutual towards her. Like, you know,
tell her, look in the camera and tell her you love her.
I love you, ma. I love you.
No, but look,
make sure dinner's on the table when I'm home.
Them stories are great for me to hear. Do you know what I mean? Because I know that maybe you needed that comment. Do you know what I mean?
How did we go from riding boards in beds to talking about me ma? That's just like,
about that. So I'm only joking. I know how you guess, so I'm gonna stop. What's up, Muria? Muria's listening. Muria should be over here helping us.
Yeah, no, you know show tonight. No, I'm only messing.
Also love you, Michelle. Muria loves Michelle as well.
My ma hates Muria, so it's alright.
Does she? Why?
No, I'm only messing. She doesn't.
Bad influence.
No. Do you know, exciting time I've been going to Muria lately. My better not be smoking that fucking weed with him.
Why does he smoke weed?
I don't know. Ask him.
Oh, yeah, no. I like that. Yeah. Don't hang him. Where were you there before I interrupted you, Jay? Sorry.
About fucking riding boards in the house, and I don't do. No, I was gonna say I'm gonna contradict myself because I said I don't bring boards back to the gaff while there's anyone there.
Well, what
I don't bring people there when I'm single. But if I was in a relationship, I wouldn't give a fuck who's in the house. I'd swing out a light bulb or having a shag. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never really cared, so I didn't like. They have heard me, but at the same time, I wouldn't just bring a stranger back.
See, I don't. I've tried to like. Obviously, my brother heard me because he's pretending to be asleep 30 centimetres beside me while someone's screaming. Do you know what I mean? So
screaming, where did you? Yeah.
Of course. Fucking, then he's getting blasted with a super soaker in the face.
Around the room,
100%. Ian thought the window was open as raining one night, but it wasn't. It was horse squirting all over his face.
Oh, it's welcome to our first and last YouTube show.
Jay only smashes on the road. Loves in the way day. Is this true, Jay?
He's talking about me or you?
Someone's talking about you here, saying that
Who said that?
you love your howl out in the street. Is that true?
Who said that?
Who did you ride out in the street?
I haven't had sex outdoors in fucking 10 years or something.
But come here, tell me actually. So your ex-girlfriend, she would have been in the house, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. That's all right. I thought you were a bit of a weirdo by not bringing boys in, but right.
No,
Fair
that's
enough.
what I mean. Like relationships, yeah, but like I'd never. I wouldn't be single and bring a boy but into the gaff while my mum and my sister's there.
Yeah, fair enough. Right, moving on.
Thank you.
Martin Eastwood. He is he still your favourite episode?
Pound for pound, number one.
Yeah.
Love you, Martin. No, it is because like again, same thing. I knew nothing about the bloke.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Isn't it a great surprise when you just meet someone and like you're killer.
Yeah, like Martin likes all me shit. He like three me posts today on Instagram. No, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
bang
yeah,
on
yeah.
like
BFFs now.
Yeah, like I text him when he's in Dubai and all, like
Yeah.
just shooting the shit. You
And
know?
Martin's a lovely fella, I have to say, and he has a very positive vibe about him.
Who said that comment by the way about me shagging on the road? It
Um,
was Mario, wasn't it?
no, it wasn't. I'm not even gonna.
I don't know why that's triggering me, but it is. Loves in a way, day.
But yeah,
I'm
no.
not finding that.
Martin was cool, and who was a fuck? What's her name? Come on, you have to remember
What? I don't know what you're
the
getting.
girl that was only.
Oh,
with him.
Natasha.
Natasha, fuck
Fuck
Natasha.
Natasha. A boy called Natasha texted me and said, "Who are you saying fuck Natasha down your podcast?" I was like, "I'm not fucking you." Don't worry.
Oh, how she doesn't watch this now? Well, come here. Tell me, what did you enjoy most about
Thanks, Dave, for the setup thing as well. By the way,
the Rich?
Aryan Jay only smashes on the road.
Who is that guy?
Aryan, I'd want to get him on when he's back in Dublin. He does a lot of writing. He basically covers Manchester United. But
Is this the guy who done the podcast with?
Yeah, he done the MMA with me. Like
Right.
me and him have never met, but he's fucking. Don't know why I'm bigging you up here, Aryan.
Well, this is like
But,
me and your man,
He's
Ron
a really
Fan.
cool bloke.
Ron Fan is my best online mate ever. I love him. Absolutely love him. I'm trying.
Me and Aryan are like brothers who've never met. We're like fucking Bruce and Michael Buffer. You know, they didn't never met each other until they're like 50.
I probably talk to Kenny more than probably anybody else, if I'm honest with you. Honest to
Right.
God. Like, we spend probably 3-4 hours a night talking to each other.
I mean, who've done that as well. Like we just shoot the shit on.
I'd
I
love.
won't say some of the things we talk about, but
Kenny has
we've
an
got a little
unbelievable story. I'd love to get him on. I would love to get him on. It's, I don't know, I think he feels ashamed or something. That's why he won't come on. But I know you're listening, Kenny. We'd love to get you on, buddy. Obviously I can't say why he has a good story. It's not my place, but I would fucking love to get him on.
yeah.
But yeah, Martin's story was deadly. Really,
Martin was
I love
brilliant.
Martin.
It was brilliant. Again, a kick started from him making a pot noodle while he was supposed to be here in the studio.
Yeah, that was the perfect setup, wasn't it?
It was because it created the energy for the second he got in the room.
Yeah.
You know?
So basically, Martin jumped. We went live on Instagram just as a little pre-show.
Sorry for cutting you off.
Go on.
I'm going to slap the head off Jade. Tell Murray, are you messing? My ma sent me a text.
No way.
Thanks for watching, ma. See, I didn't think you'd actually watch it now.
Well, fair play. Michelle, get in them comments. What was I saying? They had to throw me off.
Martin,
now,
talking
so
about Martin Eastwood.
Oh yeah. So basically, me and Jay done a pre-live, little Instagram live, and we were chatting away or whatever. And Martin says,
He joins
"Lads,
in.
where's the link? How do I join?" I'm like, "You stupid cunt! You're supposed to be here." He was like, "Oh fuck!" And this is the respect I have for Martin. Like personally, I would have just said, lads, look, I'm only at that making a pot noodle. Can we do a Zoom or can we leave for another day?" No, Martin jumped in his Merc, flew down the M50.
Pissed the shorts.
He pissed the shorts. He actually did piss the shorts, right?
Yeah.
We seen the piss stains when he got into the room.
Didn't even change
And didn't change or wash his hands. And that just started the fucking show off. But yeah, Martin's a fucking gem. Do want for that lad. He do want for us as well. We'll definitely get him on again for what's coming. I don't want to announce that yet. That's going to be the 4 season 2 video. The announcement of absolutely everything what we're doing, yeah? So the next episode, well, I don't want to really skip over Martin too quick, but he knows, we know why it was a good episode. If you didn't listen...
it's my personal favourite and it'll probably take some down to beat it. Now, I'll tell you what, it was close. Who did we have? Oh, no, we'll go in order. Go on.
Yeah. So next was Lads Take Care.
Yeah, they were very enjoyable. We only met up with them there over the weekend. No, Thursday night, was it?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really enjoy that episode.
No, because there was a lot of things that went wrong in it. You know, the audio was fucking terrible.
And that's not down to the conversation. The lads obviously know that. It's down to me being a fussy fucker. And the audio, it just sounded like Paddy was underwater. And the lads were shy. So we will get them on again. And we've definitely built a friendship through that episode.
100%.
Paddy is one of the soundest people I've ever met. Dwayne likewise. And then we went out to the 40 foot to them there. When was it?
I think it was Thursday, was it?
Thursday. And it was fucking deadly. We didn't even get in. And it was just a great little vibe. All the lads there were the sound. Weren't they? Like, not one of them you'd say, he was a bit of a fucking dope, wasn't he?
No, they were bang on.
They were
Every single
all.
one of them.
Yeah, you want to be friends with them all.
It wasn't like even like, well, I had the worst fucking vibe there because I was like waiting 4 hours for a piss. I went and took a piss in someone's garden and I lasted a solid 4.5 minutes. I felt terrible because I wouldn't talk to anybody. Like the lads are there all mingling and I just had no part of the conversation. But it was when I had me piss.
So basically, he jumped off of someone's front gate, has a piss in their garden, and then 3 young ones walked past and said, "That's someone's front garden." And Jay was like, "What do you want me to do?"
I tried to be understanding with him. I'm like, I'm not a scumbag. Like, I can't control
the
it.
The worst part was he was in there for about 5 minutes, and that's no joke. I was like, he must have been really trying to go to the toilet because it just kept on going and going and going. It literally didn't stop.
No, it didn't. Oh, it was a bad one. And I felt fucking terrible. But in saying that, to put it in context, it wasn't like there was a fucking toilet around or anything.
Yeah.
The only other option I had was to literally fucking take my cacks off and jump into the bleeding 40 foot and take a piss.
And you should have, because you brought your fucking shorts.
Yeah, but I left it in the car.
I was disappointed.
Yeah, I know.
I was disappointed.
I will go down. We are going to go
I'm going to get in that little paddle pill next time at the front.
With a Lilo.
Yeah. Fuck it, a donut and armbands. Just in case I fall off the donut.
No, but it was a good vibe. It was, and again with the episode with the lads.
Yeah, with the episode, it's like the conversation was grand. They were just trying to promote what they're doing, which is great.
Head over to their Instagram actually.
Yeah, the lads take care. Yeah,
it's very good. Basically, what they're doing is they go out for a dip in the 40 foot. It was something that they done just spur of the moment. They tried it. They felt better after, and they offer a platform now for people who are struggling with mental health and they want to get out of the house and they want to have a chat. You go down. Have a swim. If it's optional, you don't have to have a swim, but you can stay there with the boys and have a chat. And their numbers, their followers have risen very quickly. They're getting a lot of people, a lot of verified accounts as well, getting on board with them and promoting them. And
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, the whole lot.
Yeah, Dwayne Freeman, we know what you done, mate. Fair play. Good fucking promotion there. But yeah, they're doing great things and they're only going to keep rising.
Yeah, you know what? We need to get Dwayne 3 for the podcast. That's what we need. We need a Dwayne 3. But look, like I said, the only reason it's my least favourite podcast is because I'm a fussy fucker. I like my production being top quality.
I would agree with it. It's my least favourite in the sense, just purely because, again, even I'm in it and the sound on me is very bad. And
yeah,
I listen back just to judge how I come across because I'm very fussy with it. I don't want to come across either arrogant or I cut them off rudely or I always look out for things that I can learn from, and I couldn't gauge
we need to actually get them on sooner than another guest to give them the benefit of the doubt,
Yeah.
So we'll do
It'd be
that.
good to get them on YouTube as well and actually get a proper face to the boys, you know what I mean, and see their personalities a bit better, and they won't be as nervous next time because they've had.
They know us, yeah. It's just like coming to the boys' gaff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next one, Fabu D.
Yeah, man, that was good, man. I was very surprised by his little comedy sketch that he done for us and all. It was nothing but laughs, start to finish. There was moments of a deep conversation, and I thought he handled himself well. I don't know. I'm not going to say that George fella's surname who passed away, but he handled that situation well. When you put him in a bit of a spot to kind of you asked him a question and I thought it was, and I thought he handled himself very well. He came across like a good dude, I haven't really heard much from him since. But I enjoyed the show. I did.
Yeah, I enjoyed the show as well. And so offline, off the podcast, we had probably another hour conversation, didn't we?
Well, in between it, because we stopped.
But he done a stand-up. He done a little preview of a stand-up. And I have to say, in my opinion, like, I'm very hard to make laugh. Yeah. And that's not me being big-headed or saying, oh, you can't make me laugh.
I was kind of sitting here as well. I was like, I don't want to, like, unintentionally laugh because he'll know it's fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be cringy or something, and like...
So, during the podcast, I did do a filler laugh here and there. Do you know what I mean? Just because, look...
You trying to stop?
That sort of content wouldn't be my funny content, you know? Like, some of the videos I think are deadly. Other ones I just... I don't really like. But the stand-up...
Yeah,
the level of the stand-up he had, if
the surprising thing about that, Jay, was his insecurity over it.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's definitely the best stuff that I've heard from him.
Well, I'm saying that I've never really listened to him live, but what he done
but from the videos and all.
Oh, yeah,
I haven't seen him live either. Yeah. I've only seen videos. And from the videos to the stand-up is like... So the videos to me are like very childish. They're like PG.
Yeah, but that's his
I know.
And
and that's fine. And like the dancing videos where he's fucking walking up the buskers and all dancing, yeah, they're all great cracking, they're all positive and stuff. But it just wouldn't be my type of humour. But as soon as he done the stand-up, I was like, that's what I'm talking about. You need to do more of that. Yeah. But that's just me being greedy and wanting him to do everything for me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where he has a completely different demographic. I don't need to like it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. No, it was good. It was enjoyable, and I would like to have another chat with him again, because I think the first time round when you get these guests on, it is kind of like an interview because you're trying to get to know them, you're trying to get to hear their story. Whereas the next time it can be just a guest and you can talk about whatever the fuck you want. Like, what are we gonna ask him next time? You know, we can't ask him the questions we've already asked him. So like, it'll be a different vibe, it'll be a different kind of.
I can't believe he was talking about snipping coke off.
No, he said he put coke on his dick and have a board. He was gonna ride a board or something like that.
Yeah, he was riding coke with. I was riding a board with coke on his dick and said it burned the dick on him and all. Like, I didn't expect that from him, and I'm fair play to him for saying shit like that.
Yeah,
and all.
He says he walks out of the bathroom with coke on his dick, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting a taxi."
Oh, stop! And I believe it as well.
Yeah, fucking wouldn't surprise
What the
me.
fuck was that?
What did I do?
You made a little sex sound.
Did I?
Oh, yeah.
Sound like Katie Taylor, did I?
Oh, yeah. Pete's watching here.
Is he?
Pete's watching, yeah.
Sorry, Pete.
And then the last episode we done was Enya.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, it's one of my favourites.
Yeah. Do you want to say why?
Do I want to say why? I just think she's 100%.
No. Do you know what I'm getting at?
No.
You had a feeling going into it.
Oh, I had a feeling that she didn't like me or something, because I texted her a few times and she never got back to me. And I think she's seeing the messages. And then I said it to a couple of people who interviewed her previously. Ask Enya, would she be interested in coming on? And people kind of brushed it off, saying like, did you ask her? Yeah, she didn't really say that. And then I was thinking, either they didn't ask her, or there's something there. Do you know, I was paranoid a little bit, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
So I was delighted when she got here and everything was cool. And she's genuinely 100% one of the nicest boards I've had a conversation with. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I hate though? I hate tagging her in the story. Like, you know what I'm like for tagging our guests after them being on.
Yeah.
I tag them in every single post that goes up.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling, again, I could be wrong, I could be reading that completely wrong, that she maybe thinks that we're chasing the clout for constantly tagging her.
I wouldn't say so. I think it's just like, we're not Enya Martin. We have to promote what we do. She's just our guest, and we have a structure of how we promote our shows. So I wouldn't even say she thinks into it like that.
Hopefully not, because it's not. Like,
no, I know it's not.
Take away our followers. Like, it would have been the very same. I wouldn't have changed that, and then I wouldn't be treating her any differently. Do you know what I mean? I said it on the podcast. I think, like, I'm not wowed really by anybody other than Top Notch.
No, like, yeah, yeah, fucking level up. No, she was treated the exact same as you treat someone like Graham, but or she Callum, was, you know.
I don't know what it is about her. I just really fucking like the girl. I really like her. And I really hope she does well. It's just, you know what? She was like one of the lads. This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not just saying it, because it's easy for people. I'm getting very fucking... It's easy for people
when you
think,
go up, you do. To go on a rant.
It's easy for people to think, oh, look, obviously she's going to say that she's on the podcast. Like, I'm not like that. If I dislike someone, like, it's almost clear. I can't hide it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with Enya, it was just so fluent. it was like she was one of the lads in the pub. She could have the banter, fucking messing around, lashing Rory stories out and all this shit. Like, she was just deadly.
Yeah, no, she
Do you know
was.
what I mean?
She is.
I'd love to go out and like bleed and gaggle with her, have a gaggle with her. I'd love that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great crack.
Yeah.
And like that as well, I'm not a fan of all her stuff. Just some of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm very fussy like that. People probably think I'm a wanker for that.
No, but you don't have to be. You're not. Like,
I know.
You have a right to like what you like. You know what I mean? You don't have to like our stuff just because she's a good person. You know?
I just think it's very relatable. I think the relatable stuff is the funny stuff. Like,
yeah, it is.
Nearly everything she does.
She knows that as well, because she knows she's gonna get a reaction to it. You know? And listen, the numbers she does, you know, they speak for themselves, don't they?
Yep. Very enjoyable. I enjoyed that one. So.
No, it was. She was good. And again, like, you know, I never saw her coming. You know, all through skill. You know, primary skill, quiet as a mouse. Secondary skill just came out of her shell. Bits of banter over here and there. You know what I mean? But she's just fucking skyrocketed then.
Like, here's something that I think people might get offended for. Now, I don't personally, but I have a feeling other people would. So,
are you just out to offend people?
It comes across that way, doesn't it? But I just want to be honest here. I've never shared any stuff before, and I should be.
Yeah.
Because she's local. Get behind her. Do you know what I mean?
Right, so, yeah.
But the only I feel like I can't share someone's stuff unless I know them.
Yeah.
I feel a bit childish or something. I feel a bit fanboyish. Like, even Darren Conway, like, some of his stuff I found gas, but I wouldn't share it. But if I knew him and had a conversation with him, I'd be like, share that for
I think for me, it would have to be something that literally has me crying, laughing, and I'll share it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, again, I'm like that. I like it.
I probably did share Git, actually. I probably did share that.
Yeah.
I just thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
But, I think we need to get behind each other more. Especially, like, the likes of Enya stuff now, like, obviously the stuff that I like, I'll share going forward. And it's the same with all of it. Like, if any of our guests does anything, Ed did it, Martin, Callum, anyone, any of them do anything, I'll be sharing it. So look, we do it for the lads. Take care. Fuck.
Yeah, all right there.
Right, I just want to reminisce on the older episode. So rest in peace, George. Fuck me, you never would have thought something like that would be my first episode. Again, one of our highest episodes. That's probably down to me sharing it in every fucking newspaper article that was going on and all, trying to figure out my social media side. But Dean actually said, Jay, you need to listen back to this because you were actually really good. He said a girl in my job listened to the podcast and she really enjoyed the ones where you were on your own. And I'm thinking now, how the fuck did I do podcasts on my own? I don't know how I done it. And Dean was like, Jay, don't shy away from that. Go back to that. Don't be afraid to do one on your own. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, well, like,
I don't know how I feel about it though.
I'm not going to announce a guest, but you know the two people that are coming on. It's more likely that you're going to do that one on your own. You know what I mean? You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. No, we can announce.
Yeah, if you want, go ahead.
So we're going to be getting the Siccone Jolies on, who are huge. They're like fucking 4 million subscribers in total via by Instagram and YouTube combined. So they're huge. I don't think I don't know, we'll see how it plays out, but doing that on my own isn't for, oh no, I'm not getting Jay involved in the big.
No, but the reality is, like I'm just gonna
no, but I think we can get you involved in that.
I don't know.
We'll see.
I'm not saying I don't want to.
No, because we can have the multicams, so when you're talking, the camera will be on you and all, do you know what I mean?
No, we can, it's doable, absolutely.
Like, you have a kid now, so it's like, the stuff that they're talking about, you can relate to it. Like I'm saying now.
Yeah, I know.
I know, sorry. But you have a kid as well. So a lot of the stuff we talk about, you'll be able to relate to, do you know what I mean? And some stuff you won't even be able to relate to.
No, I suppose, look, that's me being lazy. Like, I'll do my research on them. I don't know anything about their content.
Yeah, like I'm reading some of my descriptions here for the early episode. This week we talk about all the crazy events that occurred, from the Kim Kardashian and Kanye divorce rumors, Bitcoin, and the US Capitol being raided. Like, who the fuck is that? Do you know what I mean? That's literally just me trying to get going, trying to talk about something. Do you know what I mean? It was tough, I'm not going to lie.
It would be at the beginning because you have the idea, right, yeah, that's great, but you need something to talk about.
Yeah. And
You know
look,
what I mean?
I had conversations with myself for COVID for an hour by myself. And I found it hard because no one was answering me back. I had to answer myself back nearly. I'm actually going to go back and listen to one or two of them. Shave your balls, right? See, I can't remember what these ones are about.
I actually didn't listen to that.
Shave your balls, right? So let me just get the title out of the way, right?
Right.
Michelle, cover your ears.
She's going to text me in about 20 seconds. Or
How would you shave your balls? Or do you shave your balls?
yeah, absolutely.
Right, you shave your balls.
Only when no one's in the gaff though. I get weird about it. I do. If I spend too long in the toilet, like
because someone will catch you now it's a down type thing.
No,
everyone shaves.
Door's locked. Do you know what I
Right,
mean?
so you obviously use an electric razor.
Yeah, sometimes, most of the time,
You're a dangerous man. What else would you use then? If it's not electric,
just a fucking normal razor.
like Mac 3?
Yeah.
And would you use that in your balls?
Yeah.
And on your Mickey?
I'm very I have it down to a science.
Right.
I don't want to have this conversation.
You don't have to have the conversation. But all it was, a lot of lads use electric razors and think that a dog's bollocks.
No, I don't.
And all I was saying was...
The only way I'd use an electric razor if I let it get out of hand to where there's a fucking main down there. So just get the heavy bit out of it and then we'll...
And then we'll use the Mac 3 or
please turn
whatever.
this off.
But no, a lot of lads use the electric razor or use other form of fucking razors like the fucking ones, you know, the small ones you use on your... Kenny's gone mad because we're talking about balls. But basically, Mac 3 is the way forward. Would you agree? Or not Mac 3. Let's say you're probably using your Mars razors, eh? The cheap ones.
Oh, for fuck's
You
sake.
are, aren't you?
No,
what
no.
razors are you using? You don't buy razors, so whose razors are you using?
I have fucking razors for me balls, Jay. Do you know what I mean?
You bought razors specifically for your balls?
Yeah, well, I don't fucking use them for anything else, so yeah.
All right.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. I use my Mars sometimes. Just
You're a fucking sick man.
Well, no, don't hardly use the ones you already used. They'd be all fucking clogged up the whole lot, you know what I mean? Anyway, I can tell you're getting uncomfortable, so
I'm not uncomfortable about
it. It's probably because your man's listening, actually, is it? Well, if she still is. I know why Conor McGregor lost was another one, which I still stick by that.
Why did Conor McGregor lose, Jay?
Because he was playing the nice guy. The mind games.
You believe that? Truly?
I honestly believe...
I'm not saying that disagreeing with you. I'm just asking.
No. I honestly believe that had Conor been a cunt and been in his head, like he was the first fight, he would have milked him. He was too nice to him. The mind game is half the battle, Jay. I don't think he would have even bet Aldo without all that.
No, he definitely wouldn't. Well, no, I can't say he definitely wouldn't because his talent is ridiculous. But, yeah, it plays a large factor in it.
It puts the fighter off. It's like you taking a pen out and me screaming in your face. Shave your balls. No, but it is. That's what it's like because you're like, right, fuck it. What if I do? What if I do end up doing what he said I was going to do and fuck up?
And a lot of people
you're questioning everything.
A lot of people made that point about this fight. And, like, I'm not fucking... You know, like, I've heard it a million times about that fight. But McGregor goes into this one now and starts to shit talk again with Poirier.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that not just too obvious, like, what you're trying to do then?
No.
Because Poirier just sits back and he's like, I see what you're doing. It didn't work for you last time because...
But it did work for him last time.
No, I'm saying it didn't work for you because you were a nice guy. Now you want to try it again and after...
Yeah, well, now I think he's
at
fucking it up a bit because now Now Poirier knows he can beat him.
Yeah.
So this is why he needs to win this fight.
He does. If
he doesn't win this fight, he's finished. In the fighting scene, he's not going to get the respect that he would if he beats him.
I agree, and I just hate saying that.
I know, I hate saying it myself now because I am at that growing into a bigger McGregor fan over time, you know?
Yeah.
Just because of fucking... hold on, my daughter's ringing me. Hold on for a second, folks. Emilia, I'm just in the middle of recording a podcast. Can I read you? Can I ring you later? In about... I won't be awake. You won't be awake? I'll ring you back in 20 minutes. Okay, keep your phone on. Alright? Say hi to the podcast. Say hi to the podcast. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Amelia.
There's my beautiful daughter. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, babe, I'll ring you in 20 minutes, okay? Love you. Bye. I make sure my kids ring me every night before they go to bed. Because I miss them. I miss not seeing them every day of the week.
Is that a good segue into one of the next episodes?
Which? Phone call?
No, the fucking Spotify, the way you were doing it. In order.
Oh, yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
What's the title of that episode?
This one? Oh, yeah, I'm lost now.
You're like, I'll get them to ring me because I missed them. And you're going in order of the episodes. I was like, is that not a segue into one of your next episodes?
All right. I don't know, is it? A phone sex?
No, alright, definitely not. No.
Because that's the next one.
Okay, right. No, because I thought it was the I missed my kids one.
Right, we're after getting a message there, so I might as well continue while I'm on. Phone sex, Jay.
Go on.
It's the next title. Have you ever had it?
Me man's only has a text on the Instagram page.
Oh, stop. This is the joys of our listening.
I had it with my ex, yeah.
You had it with your ex?
Yeah.
How was that? What way did that go?
It's fucking cringy is what it is.
Isn't it so embarrassing once you're off the phone? So what the fuck was I doing?
Red. yeah, I did. A lot of things I've done that I'm not proud of.
Yeah? Like dick pics and stuff?
No.
Never? No. Did you ever send a dick pic?
No, never.
Oh, stop. Oh, no, look, we'll have a bit of respect for your mummy.
Fuck you. Doing your bollocks. No, yeah, phone sex is terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
What would be a go-to move, like?
What do you mean?
Like, I like little kids talking about sex.
Oh, you just threw me off, that's all.
So phone sex,
what's me going to? What do you mean me go-to move?
As in, like, how would you get it started, like?
I'm not going to share any of them.
I was hoping you were going to share the little something
I'm
there.
not going to say anything.
No, stop.
I played the fifth on that one.
But anyway, you feel filthy after is what you're trying to say.
I want to go up and fucking cleanse myself. I feel terrible.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's so bad.
I feel like that after wanking. Wanking
after a shower, yeah. Or having a shit after the shower.
No, just wanking in general. I hate it. I feel like a little knacker after it. Ninja Turtles. What was that about? I can't remember.
How do you segue that, Jay?
I don't know. I miss me kids. So that was it. That was a big one for me. So I miss me kids is a little episode of me. I came on, as the title said, I miss me kids. I was upset one evening, and I had planned on putting a post on Instagram or Facebook or something, and I don't know, I just thought people maybe think it's a cry for attention and it'll get taken the wrong way. So I said, look, this is why I started the fucking podcast. So I went on the mic, I done what I had to do, and I went to bed with a smile on my face. And I got so many messages down, supportive messages saying, Jay, you're after making me feel better. I feel the same, and I'm going through it too. And loads of really nice messages and good feedback from that. So I was delighted with that one. And like that, putting myself in a very vulnerable position, I'm well aware of that, but I think it's worth it. You know, when you're helping others for the sake of a few fucking slaggins, yeah, I'm a man. I have kids. When you have fucking kids, you cry. Simple. Facts.
Yeah, I about 2-3 weeks ago, I cried. Just my daughter was sitting in the same room. She's sitting on the couch, and I was just looking at her and I started crying.
Yeah,
like
happens.
It's just a sense of pride. It's weird. Oh yeah. Oh god, my mum's has to text me
again. Get the hairs off the bathroom floor.
Yeah.
Shut the phone off there. You're dead, eh? Don't be talking about that. Because it wasn't the face. It's getting private now.
Yeah. No, I cry all the time over my daughter. And like happy tears. I've had fucking sad ones as well. I went through phases where I'll never forget I'd go over and collect her or something, and she would just cry and would not want that and got to do with me. And I've always been in her life. Always. I've like never not been, you know? Like I've always I'll never not put in the effort, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember like there was a little phase where I go over and she's just, I don't know, like she was only young. She was like 3 or 4 or something, and she was just hooked to her ma, where she just didn't want to be away from her ma. And but like I remember there was times where like I'd even leave that house crying because I'm like, for fuck's sake, like, do you know what I mean? Like, why does my daughter not want nothing got to do with me? But these are things that you learn as you go along. Do you know what I mean? She's gonna snap out of these phases. I actually had it recently where I was like, I don't think she's as close to me anymore.
Now?
A couple of weeks ago, and I had a conversation with her ma about it, and I was like, I just don't think she's as close to me, like, because I started college, so I wasn't seeing her as much. I used to always see her like 3 times a week, and then she'd stay on the weekend. Now, when I say I see her 3 times a week, that's not like her ma doesn't have her 3 times a week. I go over for visits or something after work because she lives nearby, you know, and I'd spend a couple of hours with her or whatever. But when I started college then, and I wasn't seeing her as much, and then I was only seeing her on the weekends, it got harder then, and then it was like that little connection was slipping. But no, we picked back up on it, you know.
Never slips, Jay. But you know what? I used to beat myself up, and I still do at times, because obviously I was living with my kids 24/7. So I was used to waking up, bringing my kids to school, them coming home, making their dinner, fucking doing their homework, whatever our father does, to only seeing them the weekend. And I thought, geez, they're gonna nearly forget who I am. It's not gonna be, we're not gonna have touching a tight-knit group. But now it's like they're excited to see me every weekend. We make the most of our time now. Like this weekend, I didn't stop. We went to Sugarloaf and everything, and I think that's the best thing that you can do. Is just try keep on creating them good memories for them, you know.
Yeah,
because if they're only seeing you once a week, but that one week you went to fucking the pictures and you done this and you done that, like not everything costs money either. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like little things like the park and all. Like one very fond memory I have with me dad was going camping, and I can't even remember the trip. I just remember going with me dad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember it being good. I also remember going to a circus with me dad. 2 things out of fucking a million things we done. Do you know what I mean? But them things stood out. But something I'm definitely learning is that every man that came into my life after my dad left was never my dad. Ever.
Yeah, same.
Ever. Do you know what I mean? Never looked at him, never even say. I think if you're not around maybe for a few years and someone comes in, it's different. But when you're around, as long as you're around, whether it be once a week, once a month, your whole pride and joy, whether you think it or not. And that's one thing I've learned over, like, the other night, right? Here's a perfect example of why I'm starting to appreciate my time with my kids more now than what I used to, right? Last night, the kids stayed over. Amelia had a toothache, right? She woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Saying her teeth was sore, and I was like, all right babe, try to go back to sleep. She kept on crying. Now normally I'd be in the fucking height of it, Amelia, go back to sleep, will you? But because I don't have them that much, I need to make sure that her experience in this whole scenario is seamless and as easy as possible. So I said to her, babe, do you want some water? So I gave her some water, and she fell back asleep for about 3 minutes, and then she starts crying again. So I have one of these cold pillows. It's like a gel that you put inside your pillow, and it makes your pillow cold. So I put that in, and she was lying on that because I was Googling while she was trying to get back asleep, things to do. And then brush her teeth was another one. So when she got back up, I said, come on, and we go down and brush her teeth. Now I'm bollocks tired at this stage because we were at the Sugarloaf and all, and we basically non-stop all day. I was driving for 4 hours and all, right?
Yeah.
So we went down, brushed her teeth, went back up to bed, saw it again. So then we went down and got warm water with salt in it. She gargled that and washed it around her mouth. Still didn't work. So we went down again. And it was constantly till about fucking nearly 5 o'clock in the morning. Normally, I know if I was living with her, I would have been in the height of it. I would have been bollocks then, obviously, because I'm used to seeing them and have less tolerance. But now it's like, this is great being able to be so calm.
Yeah.
And like, she woke up and said, Daddy, thanks very much for yesterday. I was like, what are you talking about? She was like, you really looked after me when my tooth was sore. And she was rubbing me back in a way that she just wouldn't normally do. It was like a token of appreciation of what I'd done for her. As stupid as that sounds, like, I'll never forget that.
Things go a long way, though.
I'll never forget that night now, because before, like I said, I wouldn't have had the time for it, you know what I mean? I would have said, Kelly, look after that, or look.
Do you know what's a big hindrance in parenting? And it's because we're grown in a society where like stupid things become important when they shouldn't, and it's these bastards, right? And I spent a lot of time on my phone, and even if my daughter was around and all or whatever, and she'd be just sitting there playing, so would be on the phone or whatever, we just flicking through and swiping on Tinder or something. And yeah, but no, like I wasn't engaging with her, like I was there but I wasn't there, you know what I mean? And I remember getting to a point where I was like, I felt fucking terrible. And so I just stopped. I cut it out completely. So when she's over, if she's not with me ma or my sister, like, so obviously I share the time with them, and I want them to have as much time with her as possible, you know, and create bonds.
Of course, if they love her as much as you do,
exactly.
and it's important to them.
She loves them, you know, so we share our time, but we're all in the same house. But I always kind of make sure now that we do something, even if it's like, Dad, will you colour with me? Yeah, I'll colour with you, no problem, you know. It's mad that you were saying that about Amelia. I remember Elena J one time, we were just lying in bed and she had Netflix on or something, and two things in the same night, right? So the first one, I was just doing like a little funny video on my Instagram stories. I was just recording and I was talking a lot of bollocks or whatever, right?
With her, like,
yeah. And I was like, Daddy's good looking, isn't he? And I was like, no. I was like, yeah, he is. He's like, no. I was like, who's with mommy? Yeah, mommy. He's like, mommy. I was like, oh, you know, messing or whatever. But she goes, but don't you always protect me? And I was like, that's fucking deadly. Do you know what I mean? Just the way that she said that, because she knows I'm very protective of her. She knows, like, when we're walking on the road, she stands on the inside because fucking cars. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever. Like, I'm always like, Dad, can I do this? No, because. I'm not stopping your fun, but because. Do you know what I
can be a moany bastard like that as well. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't mean to be a cunt, but I'm overprotective.
Yeah, you can be. Like, and I noticed that myself. I actually said that to her yesterday. She wanted to run up the ramp roads to meet her man. I was like, you're not fucking running, because you're going to get to the edge of that road and you're going to be near where the cars are. So now you're standing by my side. And I had to explain to her again, I'm not stopping you having fun or whatever, running, but, you know. But, like, so that happened, right? And she said that night, and I was like, that's fucking deadly that she sees that, you know what I mean? And then she was up jumping on the bed a few minutes later, and her first tooth fell out. And she was like, she's a real softie at heart, right? So when her tooth fell out, she picks it up and she's holding it, and she's like, me tooth or whatever. And then she's starting to kind of get like emotional. She feels like, should I cry type of thing. But then I was like, oh, deadly, you know what I mean? Because I was excited for her, because, you know, tooth fairy, all that crack.
Was that first tooth?
Yeah.
Right.
It was the first tooth that fell out. Right. And so I was kind of like, oh, so this is brilliant. Like,
you would have, like, it's good that you were there to witness that. Yeah,
I was delighted, like, you know. So I got to be the, you know, the first tooth. Oh, she probably would no. Oh, yeah, but you get me? Yeah. And so that happened or whatever. And so she kind of started smiling then. So she was like, oh, I'm really looking forward to it now. So because it was her first tooth, the tooth fairy wrote her a note, you know what I mean? Like a special note, because it was her first one, but it was also a tooth that the tooth fairy didn't have, that never got yet. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So
did you have the same writing as the tooth fairy?
It's actually very similar to mine, if you don't believe it.
Yeah, find that as well.
Yeah.
Good but anyway,
yeah, he is, yeah. He or she, anyway. But yeah, I left. Well, they left a note under the pillow and a tenner, and I was like, "Is that too much?" But I was like, I was going all out.
Our first one's alright.
I know, yeah. But I even sent it to our man, and I was like, "Fucking fair play!" Like, do you know what I mean? This is brilliant. Like, but them little moments, you know, they're moments I look at and I'm like, I'm proud. Like, do you know what I mean? It's and little. It doesn't take much for her to make me proud, really.
What I'll say to what you said there is the main thing I took from what you said is, you know, Daddy, will you colour with me? Yes. Because when I was doing the parenting course, something that's very important is, like that, we can spend a lot of time with our kids, but we can be easily distracted.
Yeah.
Whether it be our phones or whether it be fucking grabbing
I've been guilty of that.
Everyone
though, you know
is. Whoever says they're not is a liar, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what we were told to do in that course was, when you have your kids, like, this is even when I was living with them, 1 hour of undevoted time. Now, Jay, I swear to God, now this is terrible, it sounds terrible, but it's the longest hour of your life, because you're pretending to be a fairy, or you're getting your nails painted, or
they're punching the head off you.
Yeah, there's something happening, and it's the longest hour of your life, but that's when they really appreciate you, you know what I mean? So it, like, never stop them little things, like, as tired as you'll be and all. But see, as well as that, because It's easier for me to do all these things now. When I was living with the kids, I found it hard.
Yeah.
Because I was living with them 24/7. I didn't feel like I needed to spend extra time with them. But you do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so for
I know.
anyone listening that has kids and living with them 24/7, like, you might colour with them for 15 minutes, but try do it for an hour. Do you know what I mean? Try give them at least 1 hour a day or 40 minutes or something. Just undevoted. No phones, no tablets, nothing. Just your own time, and you'll get to really understand your kid. Like, I learned a lot of things by doing that with my kids now.
I've learned more from being a parent than anything else in my life. You know what I mean? Like, having a child, like the responsibilities you learn, like, and like it's just completely eye opening. But it was like I never had to learn it. It was like the second she was born, just like that, it clicks in you.
100%. But you know what I'm finding hard now. And I'm actually glad that this kind of came. This is at the turn into a big father podcast. But yesterday in the sugar loaf was a little bit hard for me.
Why?
Because it was the kids' first time climbing a mountain. And I was like, the mammy should be here with them. I feel bad that, like your whole thing with the tooth. You know, like, I would have felt pure guilty that your ex wasn't there to witness that with you.
I don't, though, because my ex has witnessed things that
you haven't.
That I haven't.
No,
and
I understand that.
I remember being in work, right, and I got sent a WhatsApp video, and me and her ma weren't even together, right. We broke up when she was 7 months old. But we always maintained a good relationship. But I remember being in work, and she sent me a WhatsApp video of my daughter crawling for the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She took her first steps without me.
Yeah.
You know, like, there was a lot of things that she done without me. So I definitely don't feel bad that I got that one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but you shouldn't feel that way.
No, I do though. I feel
you do because it's fresh, Jay.
No, I do because I know how much she loves them as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but she's gonna do things with them that you're not.
I know, and that's
she's gonna take them on holidays when you're not there.
See, that shit is gonna break my heart. Like what you said with the whole protective thing, Jay. I'm shitting. I'll tell you what I'm shitting over. The simple things. Like, let's say if my partner moves on with another fella and they're going off to McDonald's, is he driving safe?
That's where I'm at now, though. Do you know what I mean? And I know where you're coming from. I don't mean to cut across you.
It's on the topic. Like, you're obviously going through this now, so
yeah. So like, that's happening currently. You know what I mean? And I don't have to like these things, but I'm accepting of them. You know what I mean? Because I'll never
obviously, you trust your ex-partner enough to judge the character of who she's with, and to have around your child.
Yeah,
you know
because
I
know how much she loves her.
Exactly, and that's the bit I need to understand. However, I don't know. I'll just never be at ease ever when they're not in me care. Like when they go to Spain or something, like, I will be a nervous wreck. I will be a wreck just because I know I can't get to them. Like, something happened down in the apartment recently that involved they needed me to get down there.
Yeah.
And I went down straight away. No questions asked. I was told not to go down. Please don't do this, don't do that. Nothing was stopping me. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
And for that power to be taken away from me, fuck me. I'm getting better with a lot of things, though. I am. I'm starting to understand things more. I'm starting to look, put out your chest. This is what tough luck, Jay. These are the cards you've been dealt.
Yeah.
Fucking deal with it. Do you know what I mean? Because nothing's going to change. No one feels sorry for you.
No.
Things are happening. Do you know what I mean?
Because there's a lot worse happened to other people out there.
There is. And look, I think this is when someone's character really shows.
Yeah, it does. Because you know why, right? I'm not trying to make it about me, but I obviously, I live with my ma all my life, and my dad's been gone since I'm 3 or 4. You know, I still have a relationship with my dad. I still see him as often as I can. But he was never around for the important things. And when me and my girlfriend at the time, when she was pregnant, we said it, like, if the worst ever came to the worst and we broke up or something, you know, we're always gonna I'm always gonna be there, no matter what. I'll never not be there. And even on days that I'm not physically with her, I'm there because we're in reach. Do you know what I mean? I'll always kind of, where was I going with it? Like, it's one of them things. Like, you're not there, right? And I know you're going through it now, but at the end of the day, you know, nothing changes in a sense. Like, it just makes your time more precious with them. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have to go through things. Like, I went through the whole holiday thing as well, and it's shit. Like, I remember being in work and having to FaceTime, and I'm like, I just don't want to fucking FaceTime her, you know. I want to see her type of thing. You're going to go through these things. You're going to go through things you don't like. But the point I was actually getting to when I completely got cut off is that I swore that I'll never have the relationship with my daughter that I had with my dad. And I have a great relationship with my dad, but I didn't get to see him.
Present, yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's the difference. I'm going to be there for the big occasions. I'm going to be there for the christening or for, when I went through our christening or communion or confirmation.
Or christening?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, right,
I'm talking about everything, like, do you know what I mean, through our life. I'm going to be there for our Debs, you know, when she gets married, when she has a baby, you know, dread them things, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be there for absolutely everything, like, and that's how you have to look at it. When you break up with the partner, and like, especially when it's fresh or whatever, it can make or break it.
Even before the partner, I was paranoid about these things, like little, like, obviously the biggest fear of any parent's life is that kid going before them, and the thought of, like, I can't even talk about it, but I do always think these things, like, something's gonna happen when I'm not there, and it's like it's your fault because you weren't there. Like, I know it sounds ridiculous and all, but like you said, your daughter said you're a protector.
Yeah.
And you are. That's your title. You are. Do you know what I mean? You're there to protect them. So if anything happens to them, I think automatically if you're a good parent, you're gonna feel fucking guilty, you know. But I do be paranoid about fucking everything, man. Everything. But anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I know.
Good talk.
Good chat, brother, yeah. Same again next week.
Yeah. Life is rough. I can't remember that one. Single parenting basically fed into that episode. Soulful and Sassy Girls are sound. I don't know. Is that podcast still going, actually? Haven't seen that in a while. Oh, they done one with your man Saunders, didn't they? Things me. Alan's me.
Dylan Saunders.
Yeah. I don't know if they done that and after that. And then I done one with the kiddies, which is a good little insight to their kind of their outlook on COVID and everything. We had a bit of banter, told a few jokes and stuff like that. So that's a cool one. And then my personal favourite would be the mental health and suicide one with Susan Doyle. Stories close to home. I was in a bad spot when we recorded this episode. Bad spot after we recorded the episode a few weeks later, and kept on going back to this and thinking about how what happened made everyone in the family feel and stuff like that. So make sure if anyone's gone through fucking and obviously give that episode a listen. Do you know what I mean? Or if you even went through that before, give the episode a listen, because I mean, Susan just puts in perspective, like, sometimes you just need to talk. Now, I agreed with that up until probably last month. I had a little episode where I knew that I need, like, someone talking to me wouldn't fix how I was feeling. Yeah. I went for a walk and I brought my kids with me. I was ignoring them for a while, which I was ashamed of at the time. I don't want to get into the story too much, but basically my daughter kept on talking to me and she kind of brought me back. But it is a very powerful episode. I think anyone going through that should listen to it. I actually got a few text messages last night. Did you see the WhatsApp?
Yeah, seen them.
Still people thanking me for that episode, and I don't know why they're thanking me. I just asked the questions, you know. But yeah, that was very enjoyable. Definitely my favourite episode, just because it's relatable as well. Then we had Top Notch, Level Up, bit of banter, very nervous. Don't know fucking why. Nervous wreck when she came into the gaff.
First time in your life that you've been starstruck.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck happened. I wasn't even
there for it. I know by every time you fucking talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I wouldn't say it was Star Trek.
Star Trek.
It was just weird. It was weird. I think because she wasn't giving much conversation back, made it harder for me and made me kind of more under pressure. Because she was the first big guest, if you like.
Yeah, I suppose.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This live is going on for way longer than I thought it was going to go on, by the way.
Yeah, you should have asked me about fucking sex.
Tinder and breakups. Look, we went through Tinder, fucking swiped right and left. We spoke a little bit about the breakup.
Fuck me.
Not very proud of that episode, to be honest with you. Mark Ward, that was a big one for me. I didn't expect to enjoy that episode. I'm not into all that shit, politics and all. But Mark is literally just like me and you. He's from a local area, trying to do good for the local area. He has done good for the local area. People expect a lot of him. There's only so much he can do, but I know after talking to him, he tries his best to do well. Do you know what I mean? He's a nice lad. Very enjoyable episode. Not all about politics at all, actually.
Mm-hmm.
About kind of the area and stuff like that, which I suppose is maybe limited to our listeners kind of understanding of what's going on. And then we had Mokhtar on again. Mokhtar I really enjoyed as well.
I sat and listened to that all in one go, I did.
Yeah, that was a long one as well. Mokhtar talked about what it was like growing up black in Ireland, especially in Clondalkin at the time. He would have been probably one of the only black people around. He felt pressurised into doing shit. He needed to fucking protect himself. He got a bad name from it. Questioned him on being a bully because we heard a couple of stories. Kind of went away from the topic. I brought her up again.
People reached out to you, didn't they, and kind of said it to you, look, he was a bit of a fucking bully.
Yeah.
So you wanted to kind of get
exactly, and I did, and that's what I try to do. I try and be as real as I can, and without the guests feeling too comfortable. Like, but look, Mokhtar, no matter what he done, like, I understand, I heard a few stories, but he's definitely a changed man now. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that. I could see the genuine. I just think I'm really good at reading people. And he's a kind soul, cries at Disney movies, has a family now. He means well. Back to basics. Can't even remember what that one was about. I think it was just all of us having a chat. Bonus round was with yourself, and then it was
the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's mad looking back on all these episodes.
And to think about it, right, we've a couple of episodes that haven't even come out yet as well. There's 3 to be released, I think, you know, and with the amount of guests that we have lined up as well, you know, it's just, we're not slowing down by any means, you know. It's good because we had a conversation, and I remember you were disappointed about a guest that kind of supposed to come on, couldn't, went elsewhere or whatever.
Oh,
and I told
you,
I was like, look, you're in your season 1. You're not supposed to have these type of guests on. You know what I mean?
This would have been our biggest guest that we were supposed to get on. It was basically confirmed, and then he went on a different podcast, and yeah, I'm not into that. I'm not into it. Like the likes of Conor Ryan and all is due to come on. He's ready to come on whenever I want him on, but he's had to been on so many podcasts recently. I don't want to hear the same stories. I want new, fresh stories. I want new, fresh questions. I want to know where the fuck he's getting all the PlayStation from. You know what I mean? There's loads of things we want to ask him. Questions that people want answers to. Not just the normal.
Yeah, and it's not just us either. It's like right, we'll kind of put down questions that we kind of want to have a baseline for during the podcast, but at the same time, it's very open to people throwing in questions as well, like stuff that they want to know. Get them into us, and we'll put it to them, you know. So we do pretty well at announcing our guests in advance. So there's always opportunities there to kind of get the questions in,
100%.
get them to us, and we'll put it to the guests, I suppose. And also another thing, whatever guests you want on, tag them in it. You tag them on our social media and stuff at Didyahearshow on Instagram and Twitter. Tag them on it, get the kind of the ball rolling a little bit, and we'll try and put it to fruition, you know. Yeah,
like we've some big guests coming on. I'm actually looking forward to Shauna Bannon. Looking forward to having her on. Who else is due on? Pete Taylor, obviously I was buzzing to get him on. There's a few big names that we have under the covers that we haven't really announced yet.
Can't announce either.
We have a few bands and stuff coming on. More comedians, more fighters. I personally love the next door neighbour. I love the random person, the Grahams, the Susans. So if you know anyone that has a story, you know someone that's been through something that they can live to tell the tale, you know, like, tell us. We'd love to get them on, because a lot of people deserve, like, tomorrow we have Cutman Dave on. Cutman Dave has been the kind of guy behind all the professional local boxers around here, the Stephen Ormans, the Bernard Dunns, all these people wrapping their hands and stuff. Unsung heroes, in my opinion. Like, hand wrap is very important in boxing, you know.
Yeah, it tends to fly under the radar, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So all these people, you know, that go under the radar, we want to get on. We want to bring light to them, you know. But guys, this has been the first official live podcast of season 1. Season 2 was going to be a completely different ball game. Mark my words. Even this looks shit now to me after me watching it for a while.
Yeah, I was seeing it on the screen and I'm like, looks alright.
Yeah, you're used to it now.
When the extra cameras come in and stuff.
Yeah,
and
it's going to be a different ball game.
Yeah, the backdrop, you know, fucking the watch-alongs and stuff that we'll be doing, the different kind of, like, the content that we're going to be putting out. It really is. It's going to be enjoyable for everyone, you know, so, yeah, I'm fucking buzzing.
Yeah, because we're nearly there.
I can't wait to be a skinny cunt as well when I'm doing it. You know
yeah,
I mean?
so actually...
Yeah, come on, fucking leave me hanging. Here we go.
We'll finish on that, right? So there's a lot of stuff that we're going to announce in Season 2 at the start of Season 2, right? We'll announce everything we're doing on the very first episode, right? Because we're buzzing for it. Yeah. Look, I'd like to think I'm very creative, and these ideas that I'm after coming up with, I think are going to take this podcast to the next level. Would you agree?
Yeah.
No one's doing it. No one's doing it. And I think someone's going to try to do it because they got a little information, but they're not going to do it.
They might do it, but they just won't do it as well.
Yeah, they definitely won't. And that's not being big-headed. That's just being confident in the ideas and the layout and the way we have it all set up.
The plan in place, you know what I mean?
We're self-made, folks. We got here all by ourselves. All by ourselves.
Yep.
All by ourselves. Ending the episode, tonight's episode that's going live, make sure you tune in at some stage. We have Coach Alan. This lad is a fucking animal. He is a fighter. He's a lot of things. He's a very, very, very wise lad for his age. How old is he?
26.
26 years of age, and he probably has more life experiences than the two of us combined.
It was, yeah. I said it to you the other day. I was like, it'll probably rival Martin for one of my favourites.
Yeah.
Like, just because I can't wait for everybody to hear it. You know what I mean? It really was. It was so insightful. You'll take a lot from it. A lot of people will kind of probably have similar upbringings as him. You know what I mean? Probably won't through.
It'd be very relatable.
Yeah, they probably won't go through certain experiences as him, but it will be relatable. It'll do a lot for you, and it just shows that no matter what you go through as well, things can turn around. It gave me confidence because 28 years of age, working in a job that like I'm probably not particularly happy with, you know, don't have like a fucking mortgage or anything to show for myself or whatever, but it gave me hope that even at a certain age you can turn things around and you can actually fucking, because you know that like expectancy where you kind of like you should have what you have by now or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I have it too, Jay.
Yeah, no, I know, but like I think that was kind of a bit of an eye opener. Like it's all right, you can still get it. Like,
of
course,
do you know what I mean? It's not too late. Do you know what I mean? People like, without sounding big-headed, like I was on the dole for years and years and years. Everyone was writing me off. Now I'm in a place where I'm earning a lot more money than the people that were slagging me. Do you know what I mean? And I'm gonna catch up with them. I'll have me house. I'll have me cyber truck. Do you know what I mean? Don't worry. I'll get there, and this will help.
Yeah.
No,
but again, very, very insightful episode, and I'm looking forward to it. But go on, you can touch on the.
Make sure you tune in, folks. But what we're doing is this is gonna be. We'll give you a little insight. So basically, we're doing a little mini documentary with Alan. So he's a personal trainer. He's a life coach. He's a mindful coach. He's a lot of things. But basically, he's gonna help me and Jay on our journey to lose some weight. We said we'd announce on the podcast to put more pressure on ourselves. We're going to document it. He's documenting his story. I'm documenting my story. All
starts tomorrow as well.
All starts tomorrow. We're going to be putting it on YouTube. So, daily, I'll actually give you the login for the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So you can upload your stuff as well if people want to. Because some people, most of it's going to happen on Instagram. Do you know what I mean? We're going to post our stories. And we'll post the Didyahearshow story, I think.
Yeah.
And look, you can follow our personal journey. Obviously, we won't be putting everything on the Didyahearshow, so you can follow my Instagram and Jason's Instagram separately if you want to follow the journey. But it's going to be very exciting. It's going to be an indication as to what's to come to the podcast as well. Mm-hmm. It's literally just a snippet of what's to come. So, yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, good. Can't wait.
2 hours in. I didn't think we were going to be that long. Over 2 hours. For everyone that watched and listened, we can actually say watched now. Huh?
Oh, no, yeah.
For everyone that watched and listened, thanks very much. Yeah. It's been an absolute pleasure. We have 9 watching now. I think we were sitting on 7 for nearly the whole lot, which I am chuffed with. It's a start. Do you know what I mean? We only put it up how long ago? How long ago did we put it up? 10 minutes before we went live, we put it up. So I'm happy with them numbers. I'll always be happy with them numbers. I'll always be appreciative to everyone who tunes in
You done well getting
and
that
stays
word out
on.
there,
I did. I fucking struggled.
Appreciative.
Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. I have to go over here anyway to turn this off. I'm gonna look like a fucking idiot.
So you can do that, and I'll just tell you to like, share, and subscribe for the first time.
Make sure the next time, subscribe.
You cut me off now. I feel like a dope.
Sorry. Make sure the next time that we are live, that you share it while we're live, because that gets
the ball rolling a little
gets
bit.
the ball rolling, you know.
Yeah.
Hold on, I need to try hide me fat in this camera now while I turn this off.
You're wearing black, you'll be alright. And then there's also our social media at Didyahearshow on Twitter and Instagram. Go follow.
Follow, baby.
Good boy.
I look fat there, right?
You look fat all the time.
What? That's not nice now. That's one way to end the episode. What?
Have to go out with a bang.
Hold on, can I zoom into you?
Just fucking turn the episode off.
I'm gonna make a show of you now. No. Right, thanks for listening, folks.
Are we gone?
No.
Fuck me. It's just as well didn't start picking me nose.
Not. You will not come.
See our 62 subscribers. They've just unsubscribed.